Welcome to Santa Rosa Junior College's Bailey Field. Tonight we bring you college football. 5 o'clock start here, so kickoff coming up here in just about 6 minutes. Should be a great matchup. Santa Rosa Junior College comes in to the preseason rankings at number 12 in the state. The Butte College Roadrunners at number 15. Hello everyone, I'm Dave Cox, along with Les Richardson. And Les, the Bear Cubs are very excited about the squad this year. A lot of returners from last year's team, and they're ready to go. They think they've got a good balance between run and pass. The only possible question mark coming into today's game is some injuries along the offensive and defensive line.
This year, so they had a great week of practice. They're just not sure what to expect. They're just going off of last year's information.
Now, knowing that Butte College in most cases likes to run the football, they like to pound it a little bit, so that's what they're going to be looking for. So the linebackers today, if indeed the defensive line is a little banged up and a little thin, the linebackers for Santa Rosa today are going to really be tested. So look for those guys in the middle of the field to have to come up, make a lot of tackles. You know, if Butte has done their homework, they know that that's where they're going to be able to attack the Bear Cubs when they have the football.
Yeah, talking with Dante DePaulo, the defensive coordinator, they're going to come out in their base stuff, their quarters or 4-high look, and he has some inverts to add the safeties to the box when they need to. Is exactly what he was talking about.
The quarterback this year for Santa Rosa Junior College is Mitch Hood, number 12. He got a little bit of experience, a little bit of playing time last year, but not a ton. So he's going to be tested early on today. He gets the start. They're going to have a little different style this year because they believe a lot in their running backs. They've got 3 great ones, and they're all 3 going to see action today. Of course, Jannard James, everybody knows him from Annalee High School. Zach Smith, who carried the ball a lot last year, but they've got a new guy, Jay Ferguson, who was at Contra Costa College a couple years ago. Lenny Wagner talks very highly of him.
As does Coach Bellatori. He was just talking. He says, watch 9. He expects big things out of him right away.
Yeah, he's about 6'1". He's very fast, very physical. Gives them a lot of depth in terms of running the football. So that could help take a little bit of pressure off Mitch Hood in terms of throwing the football. But they got some great receivers, too. Kurt Johnson Jr., also out of Annalee. He's a great deep threat and had a terrific year last year. It'll be interesting to see if they try to open things up, and they do try to stretch that Butte College defense by getting Kurt Johnson open deep early.
Yeah, Coach Bellatori kind of hinted that that's who he was going to early. Look for him to look to number 10, Kurt Johnson, early to try to make something happen.
Captains are off the field. The referee today, Kirk Mason, has thrown the toss up. And we are just about ready to go here at Santa Rosa Junior College. Coming up next will be the national anthem. The national anthem. We're just about ready to go. The Bear Cubs coming off a 7-4 season last year. They defeated Butte College 23-20 in the second game of the year last year. This year, the teams match up in the opener. should be very, very interesting. Mitch Hood statistically threw for about 1,000 yards last year, 8 touchdowns, averaged about 117 yards per game. So he did see quite a bit of action last year. And that 1 year of experience can be huge, coming out of high school, getting your feet wet at the college level, getting some experience, and then knowing you're going to be the starter next year.
Oh, I think it's a tremendous advantage for him. That he starts so much farther ahead than he did last year, getting up to the college speed.
Butte College will kick it off, so Santa Rosa will get their hands on the football first today. Get to see the offense in action right away here for Lenny Wagner, the head coach for the Santa Rosa Junior College Bear Cubs. Janarik James and Matt Blanchard are dropping back deep for Santa Rosa. Israel Farfan will kick it away for the Roadrunners. We are going to be challenged today reading the Butte numbers. I always love it when teams with white jerseys have light gold numbers, Les, but I don't know. I've been preaching that should be illegal for a long time. Nobody wants to hear it. So
that's why
we'll
we have
do the best we can.
That's why we have the young spotters here to help us out.
That's right. Dale, our spotter extraordinaire, seeing his first action of the year, and the kick will head toward Blanchard, and he'll take it about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and he's bringing it out, gets a block from James, gets hit at the 14-yard line, and he goes down there. That is where Santa Rosa Junior College will start their attack today. Coming up and making the hit that time was Uleni Moala for the Butte College Roadrunners. So Mitch Hood getting the start today. Got the backs in there. Jeff Jordan is the head coach for Butte College. He's in his 18th season here at Butte College. He served as the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, so he's done a little bit of everything. And he played college football at Delta College and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo back in the day. Mitch Hood with Zach Smith getting the start at quarterback. 4 receivers for the Bear Cubs from the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Santa Rosa. Smith takes the handoff, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Nice job for Butte College right away up front defensively. Looked like Jeremiah Harris was the first man on the scene for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Butte's in that 4-man front with the 2 high safeties. The coaches expected them to do a lot of twists up front on the defensive line.
So 2nd and 10 as the first handoff of the day to Smith yields no gain for Santa Rosa. Sun's setting to the west here, so the field is a little backlit from our vantage point, and it's a swing pass to Smith. He hurdles over a Roadrunner and gets out past the 20 to the 22-yard line. What a move. Coming up and making the hit was Ivan Hudson, but he went airborne that time, and he picks up good yardage.
It was clearing the hurdles, an outstanding move, very graceful.
I'm going to call that a running play because he threw that, but it was a backwards pass, so that's essentially a lateral. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Maybe a little bit more than 2, 2.5, close to 3 yards. Needs to get to the 25-yard line. Split backs now with Hood. And the handoff straight ahead, nothing doing there. The Roadrunners are all over that play. And Bear Cubs are not going to get the first down that time as coming up for Butte College and making the hit time was Ulani Moala. So he's been in on a couple of tackles. It's a loss of 3 that time for Smith.
Possibly could have missed assignment. Butte had a line stunt there. They slanted to the offensive right side, and with them running that little counter inside there, it might have been a missed assignment.
So here comes the punt. Dropping back deep, Alex Laurel. And a decent kick by Dalton Mullins, taken at the 45-yard line, makes the first guy and the second guy miss, still spinning, not gaining much yardage, however, and he goes down at the 42-yard line. Coming up and making the hit that time was Jalen Hempel for Santa Rosa Junior College. Now we get to see the Butte College Roadrunners on offense for the first time today.
Coaches felt, Santa Rosa coaching staff felt they might be a little bit undersized coming into this game. Butte, they thought, had a little bit bigger up front than Santa Rosa is right now. So that goes to talking about some of them injuries right now.
Clayton Welch gets the start at quarterback with an I formation behind him. A little bit of movement by the fullback. Handoff right side, and picking up about 3 or 4 yards that time was Martin Fleming Jr.
Butte went to an unbalanced set there. When they flopped the tight end over, the outside receiver actually wasn't eligible, or the tight end wasn't eligible, excuse me, when they flopped over to that string. That might be a new wrinkle that they didn't get to pick up without watching the film.
Yeah, that's kind of tough when you start the season and you really have nothing. No scrimmage film, no nothing. You're going to spread things out a little bit here and go out of the pistol formation. Linebackers creeping up. Handoff again goes to Fleming Jr. And the Bear Cubs are there this time, and they swarm all over him.
Miles Gardia
making the tackle. Nice hit after a gain of about 1.5. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
He read that the whole way. He came from the back side there and scraped underneath. Did a great job.
Third down.
They got an extra defensive back.
Clayton Welch to throw. He's got a man short of the first down. The pass was caught at the 46-yard line. Coming up and making the catch that time for Butte College was Miles Fishback. And it's going to be 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to punt, or at least show punt. We'll see if that's what they're actually going to do, or they may try to draw Santa Rosa offside here.
Early in the year, and no film.
Yeah, and Lenny knows they like to run trick plays too. I was talking to him earlier, and he says, you know, Jeff Jordan is known to have a trick play or two up their sleeve. This would be a perfect time for it. James dropping back deep. And that one's going to sail over his head and out of the back of the end zone. So the Bear Cubs will get that on the 20. Butte was just trying to pin Santa Rosa deep. Obviously very confident in their defense, but it didn't work out that time.
Well, the first series out of the way for both teams here, and they're both in very basic fronts. Probably just trying to feel each other out. Without the film, both coaches are in the same position.
So 1st and 10, Santa Rosa. Mitch Hood, the quarterback. And this time, Jannard James is going to go in the backfield. So it'll be interesting if they're going to switch backs on each series, or depending on who is hot, maybe keep one of them in a little bit longer. Zach Smith took the first 3 handoffs. Now it's James in the ball game. Mitch Hood's going to throw, swings it out complete near the 20, out to the 25, near the 30-yard line. The pass was complete to Ben Putnam. And he's going to be close to first down yardage. Are they moving the chains? Not quite. They're going to give him about 8 yards.
That was just a smash route. They ran the outside receiver up in the corner and just pedaled the inside receiver out. And it was just a little smash route that he broke and made a nice gain.
So 2nd and a couple now for Mitch Hood and the Bear Cubs. Hood's going to throw again. Finds James in the flat. He's got a first down out past the 35. Knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. That was Damir Lomax who came up and made the hit. What a nice pickup for the Bear Cubs. Nice. Pick up 11 yards and a first down.
Nice read. That was probably his 3rd option. He was looking off the corner and looking off the outside backer.
First down of the game for the Bear Cubs. Handoff right side, nice hole for James, and he bounces all the way out to the 45-yard line. Bobbing and weaving his way through traffic, which is a very familiar sight. Milana comes up and makes the tackle that time, and it's a pickup of 6 yards for Jannard James.
Great block by number 57, Peter Perrick, on that play. Just completely drove block the D end on that play. Opened up the big hole.
Bear Cubs looking across midfield for the first time. It's James, bounces off a man, and he does get across the 50, down to the 49-yard line as he picks up 4 more yards and another Santa Rosa Junior College first down. Well, Lenny wanted to use these backs, and he wanted to run the football right now. With James in the backfield, they're doing that successfully.
He's so shifty, and when he gets in behind, I'm sure the linebacker, it's got to be hard to see him back there.
James very tough to see, just 5'5". Hood to throw. Complete. The pass was bobbled. And that's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Putnam. Still a little behind him.
A little behind him. Got to make that catch in college football.
Second and 10 now. Here's Ferguson for the first time, and he's dropped in the backfield. Jay Ferguson with nowhere to go that time. Butte College was all over that one as they come up and swarm him. And Tanner Cristanato was the first man on the scene. They lost 3 or 4 yards. So Ferguson unable to get on track, his first carry of the year.
Butte defensive
Originally
line
from
doing a
back
great
east,
job.
North Carolina, something like that. It's interesting how guys end up in different places. California has such a great community college system, so a lot of guys come from all over the place, knowing that they're going to find a place to play and perhaps get into the Division I level or Division II level in following years. Here comes Hood on 3rd and 12, and the pass is short and incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. Punting units ready to take the field. Kerr Johnson Jr. was the intended receiver.
Ball's coming out kind of gingerly right now with Mitch Hood. He's a little tentative, it looks like, beginning of the year here.
And they are going to punt. Dalton Mullins will do the honors. Dropping back for Butte College is Alex Laurel, sitting at about the 20-yard line. Anything further than that, he'll more than likely let sail over his head in hopes that it ends up in the end zone. No score here early on. Mullins with a very high kick. Fair catch called for at the 20. And that's where Butte College will take over. So early on, both teams trying to establish the run, trying to get some rhythm on offense.
Coach DePaulo says he's going to have kind of a heavy package, I believe. Talking with some of the coaches on these rundowns, and if they can get him the pass downs, then he'll go with the typical nickel or dime package and see if he can take more advantage of his personnel.
Clayton Welch with a single back now. Looks like Butte is going to try and spread things out a little bit, so perhaps Clayton Welch will open things up and throw the ball a little bit more. Welch is out of Chico High School, and he gives it to Fleming. Fleming to the 25, spins to the 27-yard line. Bear Cubs taken down there. Stelzner was the first man on the scene. Got a little help. That time from Justin Chua-Epa, but Henry Stelzner makes his first tackle of the season after a gain of 6. So Fleming now with 3 carries and 12 yards for Butte College. Here he comes again. He's got a first down. Dancing in the secondary, breaks a tackle and look out. He's at midfield, cuts back into the middle and gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. 27 yards on the carry for Fleming, and Butte College has a first down.
Might have caught the linebackers peeking at that fly sweep there when he comes and runs back inside. I couldn't see if that was a trap or just a zone back. Very balanced runner.
Yeah, boy, he keeps those feet chugging, no question about that. And he's very straight up, good vision that time. And that's a very nice pickup for Butte College. 1st and 10 now for the Roadrunners. They break the midfield stripe. A little bit of movement by the wide receiver, no flag. And he ends up catching the pass and getting jarred from the football. Big hit that time. Oh, my. What a hit by Benjamin, Keelan Benjamin, and then Jace Griffey picks up the football, and the Bear Cubs take over. First turnover of the day. What a hit.
That's a big helmet-to-helmet hit right there. You can hear it all the way up top here. Let's see if we can take advantage of an early turnover.
There you see the hit right there by Benjamin. And Jaffe is right there to pick it up for Santa Rosa Junior College. So the Bear Cubs defense creates a turnover. Now we'll see if the offense can get something going. They did pick up a couple of first downs on the last possession before stalling near midfield. Hood to throw. Looking deep for Kurt Johnson Jr. Underthrown and intercepted. Butte College takes back over as the teams exchange turnovers. And coming up with the interception is Ryan Lesh.
In that look, the safety just stays back there. The ball, I think it goes back to that first series where the ball came out a little bit gingerly or soft, not a lot of velocity. And when he's looking the safety off, he didn't hold it long enough. He played center field on it. So they exchanged turnovers in just a few seconds here.
Still in this first quarter, 7:32 to go. Neither team has really been near the end zone.
Santa Rosa's adding more guys to the box here, and they do go play action.
Welch looking deep, and he overthrows his receiver that time. Who was open, Jamie Nixon-Alark.
Coach DePaulo, that's exactly, he said they're going to load the box, and that Butte's known for that play action, get in the box and play action, isolate one guy out in the corner, he did that little shake route out there and just overthrew him.
So here we go, second and 10 for Butte College, 7:25 to go. Stelzner showing blitz, but now he backs off. And here comes Fleming, and he gets about a yard. That's it, to the 46-yard line. The Bear Cubs converging nicely that time. Blake Gonzalez was there, right in the middle, big number 95.
So they bring that extra safety down and then walk the linebacker back in the box, and they basically outnumber the offense. Is the idea. Now they get their pass package in here on defense.
3rd and 9 for Butte College. Welch to throw, being flushed as the Bear Cubs blitz. He's going to keep. Gets to midfield, dives forward, and almost picked up the first down. He's at the 46, depending on the spot. They may even move him a little further back than that, which looked like he got over the top. However, they're saying that he went out of bounds on that dive at the 49-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 4 and another punt coming up.
Yeah, they lost contain on him there. The defensive end looks like, and they might have a stunt on, and whoever had contain got inside. He was able to get outside and get some yards. Lucky he didn't get the first down.
Eric Ruiz is the punter for Butte College. Janarik James is back deep. Bear Cubs with a little token rush that time, and James will take this. Nope, he's going to let it bounce, and it ends up trickling. Did it get to the end zone? Yes, it did. Wow, that was close. He could have taken the kick, but he assumed that it was going to at least bounce another yard, but it took a left turn.
Absolutely. He made the right decision, bouncing on the 1 yard. That was just a great job by the punter.
So Santa Rosa now at the 20-yard line with 5:50 to go here in this first quarter. Bear Cubs need to get
Zach Smith at running back now.
So here we go, 1st and 10. Straight ahead it goes to James, the football loose, but the Bear Cubs are going to recover it at the 22-yard line. That was Zach Smith that coughed it up. One of the big offensive linemen for the Bear Cubs ended up diving on that. It was Jalen Soto that came up with the football, and they're just going to get about 3 yards out of that. So ends up being a decent play for the Bear Cubs. Although you certainly don't want to cough it up in that part of the field. Pass is complete that time, Putnam, and he's out to the 29-yard line, a little bit short of the first down, 6 yards on the play.
That ball looked a lot better coming out of Mitchell's arm that time. Nice hitch route, on target with some velocity.
25 yards in the air now for Hood. Putnam has caught his second pass, third and short. See if the Bear Cubs can convert. Zach Smith, the lone back, he takes the handoff, and he is not going to get there. Great penetration on the left side of the defensive line for Butte College. It was Tanner Cristando who got the penetration, and then Darius Lyles who ended up making the tackle. No gain on the play. Fourth down. Tempting spot on the field where you'd go for it, but you just hate to give Butte this good a field position.
Yeah, and your own 28, I think that'd be a little risky.
Mullins with a low kick this time, kind of off the side of his foot also. He's not going to get much of a bounce out of it. Butte College is going to start in Santa Rosa territory at the 48-yard line. Not what the kind of kick they were hoping for right there, Les.
No, I'm sure they expected a little better kick here. Again, you know, first game of the year, teams, and you expect those kind of things. I mean, even at this level, everybody's probably got some nerves.
So 1st and 10 for Butte College.
They bring the extra linebacker up in the box there a little bit with the one high safety look.
Welch is going to throw it. Complete. Nice hit after a short gain. Walker with the catch. And the other Benjamin, Keith Benjamin, makes the tackle this time. For a gain of 4. First catch of the day for Welch. 46-yard line now for Butte College. Tight end settling into the right side. The Bear Cubs shifting a bit on the line. And the dive play to Laurel, and he gets to the 43-yard line. He picks up about 2 yards on that. Coming up from the bottom of the pile for Santa Rosa is Miles Gardia out of Casa Grande High School.
Miles is an athlete I was lucky enough to be able to coach. A lot of upside in his size, speed, strength. They're really expecting big things from him this year. Santa Rosa was in the box that time. They brought the extra guy in playing the one high safety look. Now you expect him to see in the 2 high with this 3rd and 5.
Stelzner outflanked on one of the slot receivers this time. Welch looking that way now. He comes back to the near side, trying to step the screen, and Keith Benjamin lays him out. A loss of a yard. What a hit! Wow.
I think some of the Butte JC linemen were peeking at the pass and not looking downfield, and he ran right by him. Great read.
So a loss of 1 on that play. It was all Alex Laurel could do just to hang on to the football, and once again, James drops back deep to receive the punt. Approaching the 2-minute mark now of the quarter. 4th and 7, low snap. Low line drive kick headed for the sidelines. James is going to let it bounce again this time. He had a chance to catch it, and he was thinking about it. He kind of kicking himself, I think, a little bit. He wishes he would have tried to return that, but I'm not sure he would have got to the 20 right there. You never know with James. He's a very electrifying player, but I think it ended up being a good decision.
I'd like him catching the ball, but I think that's the better choice. He overran a little bit, and it's bouncing on the 5. Odds are it's going to go in the end zone. But yeah, good things happen when he has the ball in his hands.
So Santa Rosa Junior College trying to get it going. Pitch out. James back at the 15, loses 3 yards. Great penetration. Miles Fishbeck making the tackle that time.
They tried to motion that back out just to see if they could get a little leverage in a quick pitch. And backer made great leverage, kept it contained.
2nd and 12 coming up. Last year, carrying the football, James ran for 727 yards, average about 4.7. The Bear Cubs had a hard time running last year early in the season. Got better as the season went along, as their offensive line matured. And we have penalty markers down the play. I haven't seen Kirk Mason in action yet, but here we go. And a procedure call that goes against Santa Rosa. Some crazy high school football last night. Annalee and Rancho particularly 63-46. Do some math for me. What was that, 109 points put up last night at the new field in Annalee? Wow. It's got to be the turf, right?
New field. I was talking to Coach Ed Conroy before the game last night, wishing him luck in his last season, and he thought they were going to have a chance against him. And
he put up 46 points. You had a chance for sure. Mitch Hood in trouble. Gets away, spins out, and ends up getting out near the 10-yard line, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like coming up and getting part of him there was Darius Lyles again, although he was hit a few times before that. But it is a sack.
I think Coach Bellatorio probably talked to him about pulling that ball in, wheeling around.
Third and a little more than 20 now. James, the single back. And a little draw play, but there definitely was a little bit of movement just before the snap. They didn't get away with it.
Looks like they might have been setting up a trap is what I was getting from my vantage point here.
So another procedure call going against Santa Rosa, 2 of those on this drive, and now it's going to be 3rd and 25.
Again, it's those things that early in the year are really going to hurt you when you really are. 3rd and very long.
Good to throw out of the end zone. Kerr Johnson Jr. goes up, tries to get it. It is intercepted. Butte College with the INT, and Ryan Lesh comes down with that one. Second turnover by the Bear Cubs.
Again, ball's a little underthrown. You can see Kerr Johnson trying to get position, like in position for the rebound on a basketball court. Just couldn't quite hold the DB up long enough. Ball being a little bit too far underthrown. Couldn't even do it with the back shoulder throw.
So the interception is Butte, their best field position of the day at the Bear Cup 30-yard line. 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clayton Welch to throw, a little pump fake. Gets away. Has big yardage, a penalty marker down, and he steps out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. However, may have had a downfield block that was illegal, and it looks like that is going to be the case as the Roadrunners are marching backwards.
It's going to be a block in the back by the receiver there, number 81, but it's Santa Rosa was actually lucky because both players stopped on the play. And when the quarterback breaks here, I don't think either player realized that he was coming their way.
That is the call, an illegal block. See if we can see it here on the replay.
There might have been 2 illegal blocks on that.
So 1st and 12 for the Butte College Roadrunners after the penalty was marched from the spot of the foul, which was down 10 yards downfield. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So neither team able to find the end zone here. Ball's been in the middle of the field a lot so far. And at the end of one, it is 0-0. Butte College and Santa Rosa Junior College going at it here at SRJC, and we'll get ready to start the second quarter here in just a moment. All right, we're ready to start the second quarter here at SRJC Bailey Field. Nice crowd out here today so far, filing into Santa Rosa Junior College. Particularly on the other side, it's rare you get teams from out of town, and a lot of times they don't travel real well. But Butte College has brought a pretty good group of folks down here for this football game. Very proud program. Of course, Aaron Rodgers played there back in the day, had a great career at Butte College before going on to Cal. Here's Fleming, and Fleming digging his way to the 30 and is taken down there. No gain on the play. Coming up and making the hit that time for Santa Rosa was Presley Pilati.
Defensive line doing a good job. They're getting off blocks, squeezing it. Some of that crowd could be the Feliciano family. Leon Feliciano, longtime Tamales High School coach. I think they brought
about 150 people.
Yeah, I think he did. He was his son's one of the backup defensive ends here, and I think the family gets to see a local game.
That's nice. Second quarter action here at Bailey Field. Dave Cox and Les Richardson bringing you the action today. Hope you're enjoying our live stream. Clayton Welch throws a little bit low that time. Jamie Nixon, the intended receiver. Benjamin on coverage that time, and it's going to be third down. Benjamin brothers, great to have those guys back. They had a great year last year, and how nice to have brothers playing on the outside corners. You know, they look, if they weren't wearing different numbers, you'd have a hard time telling them apart.
Yeah, and you know, I think, I mean, how fortunate are they? Plus, with the year of experience, I mean, I'm sure they're going to have a great year.
Welch to throw, brings it back to the middle of the field. Nice hit. Loss on the play. Oh my goodness. What a hit that time. James Tolliver came up and making the hit on Hassan Bailey. Nice hit. Loss of about another half a yard.
So Butte's going for it here. I guess they don't want to try a field goal.
Yeah, I thought they might. There's
a little bit of a breeze coming right at them, so maybe that changes their mind.
That's a tough field goal. You know, you're looking at close to a 50-yard attempt, and I don't think they have a ton of confidence in their kicking game. 4th and 11. Welch to throw. Big pump fake. Now he swings it all the way back to Fleming near side. He's going to be close to the first down, but he's not quite going to get there. Benjamin came up and made the hit. Well, where are they going to spot this? No, they're going to spot him short. He's at the 21. I thought they might give him a little extra on that one, but he does come up short of the first down. They pick up 10, but they need 11, and the Bear Cubs take over.
I didn't think he was that close. He was short by maybe, what, a foot? It was a great job. He had a lot of time to throw the ball and found the guy. Bearcats again able to get him in third down, in this case 4th down in long situations, so they're able to put the personnel they need in there.
So first down, Santa Rosa. Very low scoring first half today at Bailey Field, and the snap bobbled that time by Hood. Now he rolls and completes the pass out of the 29-yard line. Barely was able to get that pass, and Jay Ferguson, who catches the ball for the first time as a Santa Rosa Bear Cub, picks up 9 yards.
Yeah, they had it covered on when he wheeled out of the backfield there, and he was able to run by the linebacker. Unfortunately, he had enough time to get rid of the ball. It almost looked like Butte was in a man coverage here with one high safety.
4 of 8 for 34 yards now from Mitch Hood. 2nd and 2. Here comes Ferguson on the ground. Makes his way through the hole, and he has a first down out at the 33-yard line. Darius Lott comes up and makes the hit that time.
Nice zone
Lyles,
play.
excuse me. Darius Lyles with the hit.
The right side, that right guard, Caden Stewart, the right tackle, they're doing a pretty darn good job over there on the right side of that offensive line.
1st and 10, Santa Rosa. 3rd first down of this first half. Comes Ferguson again. He's got a hole out past the 45, puts his head down, and gets near another first down at the 49-yard line. Well, they were excited about Ferguson, and he looks good on these 2 runs right here.
Yeah, he cut that all the way back to the back side. He was headed to the right side, put his foot in the ground, and made one great cut. Ran right. There wasn't much there, and he was able to get through there.
His hometown, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, went to Mount Tabor High School, so he's a long way from home. He did play at Contra Costa College a couple of years ago and has a little eligibility left. Here he comes again. Goes over the top, over one of the Bear Cubs, and that's dangerous. He did take a hit that time, but he bounces right up. Coming up and making that hit that time for Butte College was Lakeem Williams. And we have an injured roadrunner on the field. Quentin Robinson was slow to get up. He was on the bottom of that pile as well.
Butte went back to their too high safety look in that series there.
He's going to need some assistance. Some other scores. San Francisco lost to Laney 18-13. That's a big upset. San Francisco, the odds-on favorite to win it all again this year. They've already won it 7 times. They lose to Laney 18-13. American River defeated Diablo Valley. These were Friday night games, 23-20. Today, Merced 50-17 over Redwoods. El Camino 41. LA Southwest 21. Shasta College 38, West Hills out of Coalinga 7. And another final 21-7 Siskiyou over Chabot. Second and 8 for the Bear Cubs now. Thrown out, swing pass, complete. And decent yardage down to the 47-yard line. Catching that pass was Albert Beltran.
That was a good call. When it appears that when Santa Rosa goes 3 receivers to the field like that in that trip set, and Coach Balatori is doing it again here, they've got the one high safety look, and they must be comboing, but that was a great call. I wouldn't be surprised for them to come right back to that real soon.
3rd and 1. Ferguson hitting the backfield. Butte read that beautifully, and he loses a yard. Tanner Cristinato comes up and makes the hit. Ferguson dropped for a loss with 10:55 to go here in this first half. Again, neither team has been really even close to the end zone. About the closest was the quarterback for Butte, Christian Welch, who scrambled all the way down inside the 10. However, the play was called back. 4th down, and Mullins is on the field to punt.
I think they were discussing it. I think there's a little too much time left in the half here. I think they were actually discussing it. Their defense is playing well, so.
Yeah, neither team has been able to grab momentum. Whoever comes up with a big play like that is going to have the early advantage. Here's Mullins' kick. Did he call for a fair catch or not?
No, he was decoying.
The ball was way far away from there, and ends up being down inside the 20-yard line. He brought a lot of defenders with him. That was a good job.
That's a safe call, but Coach Wagner, since nobody's really moving the ball much right here, let's see if we can gain a little field position. If they can, with 10 minutes left here in the half, if they can keep them in their end of the field.
Another score we've got in progress in the 4th quarter, 14:52 to go. Sequoias 48, Contra Costa 33. That's kind of a wide open barn burner of a game. So Butte College will take back over. First and 10 for Butte College. And Fleming takes the handoff and picks up about a yard.
The defensive line, the coach is talking about how they're undersized, maybe a little beat up from their practices, or guys not here that they expected, or they're doing a good job inside there. The 2 interior guys are playing well.
Second and 10. Fleming actually got 0 out of that. inside shuttle pass, and that gets about 2 or 3 yards out past the 20 to the 21.
Nice design play with that option play. When you're pitching it forward, if instead of like a conventional option pitching it behind you, if it's dropped, it's an incomplete pass. It's a nice design play.
So pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards. That time was the receiver of that one. Pass out into the swing area to Fleming. Fleming breaks a couple tackles. He's got a first down past the 30, all the way to the 39-yard line as he picks up 17 yards. Nice move. Coming up and making the hit.
Good recovery there on
for the Bear Cubs. That time was
3rd and 7 to a first down on
Gonzalez.
3rd and 7 on a first down to a swing pass. He ran free for a long time. Made a great move. And again, having awareness of getting up and down the field, getting past the sticks.
33 yards for Welch now. 1st and 10 for Butte College. First downs have been hard to come by. Little shuttle pass again to the inside. Henry Stelzner's right there, and he reads it beautifully. And boy, he gets some help as the Bear Cubs swarm on the pile. No less than 7 or 8 guys that time who came into the picture as Jamie Nixon-Alark. Sue Tagabao was also in on the tackle that time.
I left that one for you, Dave. He came off the edge there, read it great.
Second and 9. 34 yards in the air now for Welch. Oh my, the 2 Butte players ran into each other. Fleming running into the receiver who was in motion that time. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen a collision of 2 of their own players. That was Nixon-Alark. That
was that little counter they ran earlier in the game, and they just mistimed it again. It's their first game of the year. That was successful for them earlier when they caught the linebackers looking at the fly sweep.
Wow. That was a big, that was one of the best hits we've seen.
So far today, that hit, unfortunately, by teammates.
Back to pass, and he's got a man in and out of his hands, however, near midfield. Cameron Bradley almost came up with that.
Running him right up the hash marks. I think they caught guys peeking at the flood route. It looked like he was open early. The ball might have been just a little bit late.
James dropping back deep now.
He should have an opportunity here.
Yeah, he's had a tough time. Most of the punts have been down inside the 10 today, and he's anxious, you know, to get his hands on one. Dylan Hall, the kicker. Low kick. And James is going to have to let it roll again. It trickles down inside the 35 all the way to the 34-yard line.
I was almost like they didn't want to kick it to him.
Yeah, they've been trying to keep it away from him, I think.
Well, now they got great field position here with just under 7 minutes left. So that punt earlier where they made them, they've won the field position battle here. See if they can get that back again.
Janark James back in at running back. Got another new back in there for the first time. Daryl DeFloramonte, who had a good year last year. He's a good short yardage guy. It's James. Bounces off the pile, heads to the outside, and he's got some room. Look out, James at midfield. 45, 40, all the way down to the 35-yard line. Lesh caught up with him, but it's a 30-yard pickup for James, his biggest run of the season so far, and the 4th Santa Rosa Junior College first down here in this first half.
Those things like that, there was nothing there for him, and he just bounced that. Those intangibles.
Yeah, the play was designed to go inside. There you see him bounce to the outside and pick up big yardage. Hood looking deep. A one-handed grab, Butte to marker down. Pass is complete if it's not offensive interference by Beltran. What a catch at the 6-yard line. Wow.
They were both pushing and shoving. I mean, in this situation, I would expect it to be defensive pass interference with them both fighting for the ball there.
29-yard pickup if the play stands. Officials are talking this over. And here comes our referee, Kirk Mason. We'll see what the call is. And it is a defensive pass interference, which is declined, obviously. In college football, it does not go at the spot of the foul. It's a 15-yard penalty. And so the Bear Cubs have a 1st and goal.
Should end up in about the 4-yard line here. That was an outstanding catch. It looked like he had one hand on the defensive back and just reached out with his right hand and pulled that on top of his shoulder.
So here we go. 1st and goal, Bear Cubs. Ferguson in. Good short yardage guy. He's big one, 6 foot, 190. Hood to throw, looking to the corner, and the receiver and the defender tangled up that time. It was Blanchard who was the intended receiver, and we may see defensive pass interference again, which is going to give the Bear Cubs an even closer chance to get in the end zone. Here it is again.
This might be offensive pass interference, Dave. We'll see who was grabbing who. Unfortunately, the DB fell down and not the receiver, so this might go against Santa Rosa.
Ryan Lesh was the defender. Here comes Kirk Mason with the call. And it does go against Butte College.
Yeah.
So we're going to spot this at about the 1.5-yard line now.
That's a tough call. They're both grabbing each other. Tied in with the power eye backs here.
I want to welcome those of you watching from Florida as over the top goes Ferguson, and he doesn't get there. He got close. Right now we've got a real cluster of fans. Kissimmee, Florida, St. Cloud, Maitland, Florida, Boynton Beach. He got close.
He got close. He jumped on top of the pile there, almost like he was running a hurdle instead of diving into the pool, you might say. Maybe if he had more of a forward lean, he might have been there. He has to be on maybe the 1-foot line.
A little disappointed there's nobody watching from Minnesota right now. I thought Jack Stelzner would be all over this. Here comes the quarterback sneak by Hood. Does he get there? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Bear Cubs. Our first score of the season. It's Hood on a keeper.
Great call. They go on a quick count.
Took almost 28 minutes of football to get someone into the end zone. More than that, 25 minutes of football to get someone in the end zone. You can see Mitch Hood is excited about that.
Nice job up front. You know, the coaches, they were talking about how Santa Rosa coaches feel like how they're undersized, but the offensive and defensive lines have actually played well, I believe, here in the first half for Santa Rosa.
So a touchdown for the Bear Cubs. Andros Pedroza to try the point. Low kick. And he got it through. 7-0, Santa Rosa. Bear Cubs take the lead. Offensive pass interference call kind of moved them a little closer. They were able to punch it in 2 plays later, and finally we get somebody on the board, Les.
Yeah, good. You know, I go back when Santa Rosa punted a couple times ago and they're discussing whether to go for it. They took the safe route, punted them down, played field position, got a short punt, and were able to work with good field position. And obviously that big catch and passing interference play put them in great position. Looks like Mitch Hood's feeling a little more comfortable now.
We plan on doing these games all year long, all 5 home games, and who knows, maybe a bowl game if that's what happens. Right now we're looking for support from the business community, so if you'd like to be a part of these broadcasts, either contact Matt Markovich, the athletic director of Santa Rosa Junior College, or me, myself, Dave Cox, at ysn365.com. You can find contact information on the website. Pedroza to kick it away now for Santa Rosa. It's always nice, these 5 o'clock Saturday games, the only game in town, and we've got a good football game. So if you're not busy, get out here and watch some college football in the hometown. Great mix of local and regional players from all over the country, really, as this kick heads into the end zone. And Butte College is going to take a knee on that and not bring it out. So the offense puts points on the board. Now it's up to the defense for Santa Rosa to try to hold down the fort here with 5:34 to go in this first half.
Perfect, got it kicked with the wind there and drove it deep in the end zone. You know, playing golf earlier today, I didn't have that breeze. I couldn't use that wind as an excuse of why I didn't hit the fairway.
Yeah, I'd like to see a field goal attempt going that way, especially from distance.
Well, if they can get a stop here with 5 minutes left, keep this field position right now, they're winning the field position battle.
So here we go. Butte College now taking back over with a 1st and 10. Man in motion. Gets through clean this time. They have a new quarterback into the game, or a wildcat formation there for Butte College. Yeah, that was just a little wildcat action. As taking the snap that time directly was Micah Massey.
Yeah, they went back to the regular formation. I think it was going to be more like a zone read off the fly sweep, probably just read the D end. I couldn't really tell.
Christian Welch back in at quarterback now. Beautiful weather out here for college football, a 7-0 game. Barbecue's going, head on out and watch some football. A little trouble with the exchange that time, and Laurel ended up having to spin in order to slow himself down enough to get the ball at all, and he's dropped for a loss. Keith Benjamin coming up and making the hit that time, loss of a yard.
The exchange was almost like an option exchange. He was riding him, and I'm not sure what he was looking at. There was nobody in the flat. Maybe it was just a miscommunication.
We're going to call it 3rd and 9. They gave him some forward progress that time, and see if the Bear Cubs defense can get the offense back on the field. Welch looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. Howells breaks a tackle. He's out to midfield. Howells splitting defenders down inside the 40, all the way to the 35-yard line. Finally stopping him that time for the Bear Cubs. Coming up and making the hit was Justin Tuaefa. But what a big gain that was.
Yeah, Santa Rosa blitzed on the play. They were out they blitzed number 4 Miles Gardia in the middle, and that crossing route, if they're on man, made a great play. It was a great timed play, and they caught Santa Rosa in the blitz.
Lakeem Williams takes the direct snap this time out of the Wildcat, and he gets down near the 30-yard line. And Gardia comes up and makes the hit for Santa Rosa after a gain of a little more than 5 yards. So Butte pulling out all the stops, going with the Wildcat formation a couple times on this drive. Once it didn't work. This time it works decently, and now they're approaching field goal range with 3:42 to go. You know, they'd love to tie this up going into the locker room, Les.
Yeah, great play selection here by Butte.
2nd down and 4. Little pump fake by Welch. He'll keep it. He's got a 1st down inside the 15, all the way down near the 10-yard line. Caught from behind by Stelzner, who saves the touchdown. But it's a 15-yard pickup. Griffey was also there for Santa Rosa.
Stelzner's reaction to the football is outstanding. He seems to have a knack to be around the ball. Coming downhill, making a great tackle. Touchdown saving tackle.
First and goal for Butte. 2nd back, Laurel bounces to the outside, a race to the corner. Benjamin tries to get him, a marker down. Might have been a face mask. He got to the corner. I think this is going to be a Butte touchdown. Nice run by Laurel. And he is in with 2:58 to go.
They were able to get the edge sealed, and then it was just a foot race.
Didn't really see the face mask there, but somebody kind of peeked in. Obviously, that's declined. Touchdown, says Kirk Mason. 2:58 to go. A big drive for Butte College, and now they have a chance to tie the game with the extra point right here. Farpan is the kicker. Good snap. Kick is up. It's good, I think. Well, they were, I don't know. They looked at each other. You make the call. No, you make the call. And then they finally put the arms up right there. So 2:50 to go now in this first half, and we're tied up 7-7. Big drive for Butte College. Way to answer things.
Very efficient, right down the field. Obviously, the big play was when they won that empty formation and caught Santa Rosa in that blitz. Yeah. Well, they left enough time in the clock here that hopefully Santa Rosa can get good field position. They're going to be kicking into the wind here, so they should have an opportunity for a return. Slight breeze right now. The wind's dying down. If Santa Rosa can get some decent field position to work with, they can go at it two ways. They can go at them, throwing the ball over. They can try to grind and get to halftime. Hopefully they can get a first down and get control of the clock and then take some shots. They have plenty of time.
See the Butte sideline. The sun setting in the west here. This early season, Bear Cubs side is kind of hit hard by the sun. It's going to be a nice night, though. It's nice and clear, though. We're in for a real treat as this game is developing into a good one. 7-7, 2:50 to go. Teams ranked in the top 15 in the state. Butte right at 15, Santa Rosa at 12. The big upset today, Laney College defeating City College of San Francisco 18-13. That's huge.
Yeah, one of the coaches earlier was saying if you're going to play City, try to play them early in the year. By the end of the year, they've got it figured out.
Short kick. Blanchard has to dive for it, and he does near the 20-yard line. Saved a few yards on that. So yeah, enough time on the clock for the Bear Cubs. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
What I think, I can see Coach Bellatori down here, what I think they have to be careful of is doing a quick 3 and out. I think they need to move the sticks a few times before they take their shots. If you don't get in the end zone, it's not the end of the world, but the worst thing you want to do right now is turn the ball over in a short period of time and have them have a chance to get in before half. I think that would be a huge momentum shifter.
Yeah, no question about that.
They can get a few first downs here, and even if they don't get in, if they can move the ball back to their side of the field, I think they'll get the momentum back.
So 1st and 10, Santa Rosa. 2:50 on the clock, and flags and whistles before the snap. Delay a game, perhaps. There's Bear Cubs had trouble getting up to the line in time that time, and that's going to cost them 5 big ones. A fairly penalty-free first half, which is always nice.
Coach Bellatori is being a little indecisive down here with his signals.
First and 15, Mitch Hood to throw. Looking deep, receiver stopped, Kerr Johnson Jr.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Kerr's pointing to himself. He feels like it was on him. And now here's what I was talking about here. If they end up in this second long and then they get into a third long, they don't want to give them the ball back here and leave Butte in great position. So,
yeah, Butte is definitely thinking that they might have a chance to change this football game around here going into the half. 6 of 11 now for 110 yards for Mitch Hood. 2nd and 15 for the Bear Cubs. But firing this one a little high. Lucky that wasn't picked. And it falls incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Ben Putnam.
See what Coach Bellatori has drawn up here. If he's got something to get him some yardage for a better kick, or he'll probably have an option. Probably involve a swing route if they don't have. That was wide open on that little mesh route over there. post slant. Got a good view of the defense here.
Hood in trouble. Gets away somehow. Flips the pass out to Zach Smith, who ends up picking up 3 yards out of that. But look at that clock. Didn't move much, did it, Wes?
No, that's what I was talking about. You're hoping to at least take some time off the clock, but the incomplete passes are as good as timeouts when you're in that position as few colleges now. Hopefully they'll let this thing run down until they have to snap it. He's still got 20 seconds here on the clock, so hopefully they'll let that run down as far as they can before they kick here.
So a punt coming up for the Bear Cubs. This is a big one. Mullins needs to get the defense a little breathing room. Laurel takes it back at the 35-yard line. Makes the first guy miss, picks up a block, gets out to midfield, picks up another block, finally goes out, and then a late penalty marker down as he was pushed out at about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I would like to see him wait. They still had about 12 seconds left on the clock to snap that. I mean, that, here with just under 2 minutes left, those seconds, that's a whole 2 plays. So we'll see what this penalty is. If it's against Santa Rosa,
I think one of the big things about this first half, Kurt Johnson, who led the team in receptions last year with 40 catches, averaged 22 yards per catch. He hasn't caught a ball yet in this football game. That's got to concern Coach Ballatori on the sideline for the Bear Cubs.
Yeah, they had him open here on that last pass play. You can see that, not the last one, the second before when they had the miscommunication, he was open. And so, they're trying to go to him.
Offsetting penalties.
Replay.
Do-over.
Well, that's an advantage, I think a huge advantage for Santa Rosa.
Oh, absolutely. Number one, you get a chance to cover things a little bit better. Number two, the return man has got to be a little bit tired after that run.
I don't think I'm kicking it to him, Dave, right now. I'm going to try to angle this thing.
I'm looking for a sideline.
There you go. Pin him over here in the corner, and hopefully he won't pick it up. With the ball in this hash, I think I tell him to keep it over here on the right side.
Going to have to hit this one from a little deeper. Again, needs to get off a good kick. Good snap. And here we go. We got penalty markers down. Looks like this may go against the Bear Cubs. Just going to back him up into the end zone. Kirk Mason.
We expect Butte here to be safe and do some kind of hold-up return so they can get their guy upfield as far as possible. I think they go for a block here. They had such great field position. And with plenty of time now.
So Mullins is going to have to hit this one out of the end zone, which is never a good thing.
No, a lot of people are thinking, oh, you go for the block down here, but if the punter's not backing you up and it's not some NFL guy that's going to back you up 60 yards, the safe bet is do a great return, plan on a good return, and get better field position. And just the odds of blocking punts, especially if they just aren't that good.
7-7 game here in this first half with 1:47 to go.
I'd be surprised if Butte goes after him, but it doesn't appear they are. No, they're just being safe, holding everybody up, grabbing.
Laurel backed up. Great kick, and it goes over his head. How about that? Mullins delivers big time as that one rolls all the way down to the 22-yard line.
That's about a 30-yard difference.
It's like a 64-yard kick.
And they were on approximately the 45 before the penalty, and from the last return, so that's about a 30-yard distance. Huge difference. Now they've at least got, field position for Santa Rosa here.
Yeah, that was clutch.
They're short on defense here. They need somebody out.
Yeah, trying to get personnel correct. Looks like you're going to have to get somebody out there. Yeah, I guess they got 11. Guys were waving and hollering like, hey, we need another guy.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted a different personnel package.
Fleming bounces to the outside. Benjamin tries to bring him down from the backside. Can't do it. And he ends up getting all the way out to the 25-yard line, making a little something out of nothing.
Well, Butte's probably going to try to get in control of the clock. I like it. You know, they don't want to give Santa Rosa the ball back either.
Sue Tagavao coming up from the bottom of the pile. We'll credit him with the tackle that time as Fleming picks up 4 yards on first down. Got a pretty nice first half, 9 carries and 42 yards.
Yeah, both teams here, the first quarter a little bit sloppy, maybe a little bit indecisive, but both teams here in the last few minutes have come on to really make some good decisions. And actually, it's starting to turn into a real good game, like you said. I like the things both coaching staffs are doing.
Keith Benjamin is the injured Bear Cub, which is not good news for Santa Rosa. Taking down Fleming, he was in on that tackle. Fleming, who comes all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. He's a big back too, like Ferguson. We talked about his size. Fleming at 6'1", 210. It's nice when you have those guys that are not only big, but they've got great moves and they've got some speed to go with it. That at this level can be very difficult, as we see the fans across the way enjoying the shaded side of the field.
It's a beautiful day here, I'll tell you. It was a nice day out. How perfect day did I have? A little golf, a little evening football. How much better does that get?
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of golf.
I play a lot of golf.
Retirement's been good to you.
All in one hole, Dave. I play a lot of golf.
All in one hole, yeah, that's right. You and me both. I don't know, you got to be getting a little bit better. Come on.
I hit the ball and find it, Dave. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of my buddies go out and play a couple times a week at least.
What's your favorite local course?
Oh, any course, Dave, is my favorite.
Anything with grass and holes, and you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
2nd and 6 now for Butte College. Pitch out, Fleming. And he is taken down at the 25, no gain. Nice job by the Bear Cubs defensively that time. Making the hit was Adam Blum.
I think they run that misdirection just to try to hold that inside backer so they can get a tackle on him, because it's not really a read with that misdirection. I think it's just to hold him so that they can lead off of one guy, the edge guy. Which if you catch the linebacker peeking and he doesn't stay in assignment for option football, then it can turn into a big play. You know, Dante DePaula, he's really good against the option. He understands what people are trying to do. So I think his kids are coached up well.
Got a timeout taken here. This game's shaping up like the last 2 meetings. Remember 2 years ago, Butte was coming off the state championship. They were ranked #1 in the state. Opened up here at Bailey Field. The Bear Cubs took them into overtime and defeated them. Last year it was a very good game as well at Butte College, 23-20. The Bear Cubs won that one as well, and here we are at 7-7 in the first half. So I don't know what it is about these two teams when they match up. You can expect a close game.
Yeah, you know, I like talking with the coaches earlier. They're very similar in personnel, so that probably has a lot to do with it. You know, City College. You know, most people think City College, they've got all the athletes, but you know, all these colleges nowadays have the athletes. You know, when you get a team that are so evenly matched like this, and as you said in the rankings, they're right next to each other.
So here we go. 38 seconds remain in the half. 3rd down and 7. Welch with no backs. He's got a little bunch of guys on that right side.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a quarterback draw here or something very conservative.
6 receivers. He ends up dumping it right at Fleming's feet. He was taking some real good heat right up the middle from Santa Rosa. Adam Blum, who was right on him.
See, if he would have just kept the ball and ran, the clock would run out and they'd be at half or very close to it. Instead of throwing that, he just gave the Santa Rosa a free timeout. So by throwing the ball and killing the clock, Santa Rosa can get a couple plays off here. Maybe that's something Coach will talk to him about after, knowing the time.
So the Bear Cubs are going to get the ball back. Only 34 seconds to work with. James standing on his own 37-yard line, hoping to get a return. He hasn't had much of a chance, and now we got flags and whistles just before the punt. It's going to back up Butte College 5 yards, which could give the Bear Cubs a chance at an even better return.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't kick it to him. I would if they kicked it out of bounds, I wouldn't be surprised. If he can get a good angled kick out here and not give Demarick James a chance. I mean, from watching him last year, he's just dynamic with the ball. I think was the word I used watching him. Yep, here it comes. Right out of bounds.
Kicks that one right straight out of bounds.
Oh,
well, no, it ended
in.
up taking a right turn. How about that at the 43-yard line? Looked like it was headed out. Cost the Bear Cubs a few seconds, but it does give them very good field position. So we may get to see a long field goal attempt with the wind at Pedrosa's back here.
See what Coach Bellatori has drawn up. 23 seconds here. They got control of the clock now, so expect them to.
Pedrosa's long last year was a 43-yarder. And they're about 15 yards shy of that right now. 23 seconds to work with, 2 timeouts remaining for Santa Rosa. Hood brings him out of the huddle with Janarick James. Fakes the handoff to James, throws over the middle, incomplete. Just a little bit wide. Putnam was the intended receiver.
It was about the only spot he could put it. They didn't blitz. The inside backers dropped underneath that slant, so he had just a small window to try to fit it in there. But with the timeouts, you can throw those crossing routes because they still have timeouts to kill the clock, so any route's open.
2nd and 10, 19 seconds to work with. The Bear Cubs just trying to get a nice little chunk, set themselves up for a field goal attempt. Hood spins away, gets the ball to James. James makes first guy miss. Breaks a couple tackles and gets down inside the 35-yard line with 8 seconds remaining. It would be about a 52-yard field goal from here. Coach Wagner saying, what do you think, Andros? You got it in you? You got the wind at your back? Can you hit this with 8 seconds to go? Haven't seen the field goal unit come out yet, and they're going to take a timeout and talk about it. It's a 7-yard pickup that time for James. Hood has completed now 8 of 15 for 120 yards.
Well, they still got the offense on the field, so they probably asked the kicker how he feels. And the wind did die down. Oh no, flag's moving a little bit, so yeah, I'd like to see him try it.
They do have one more timeout, so they could run just a quick little play, try to buy him at least 5 yards. Something, anything would help at this point. Again, his long last year was a 43. This would be a 52, so well beyond the distance that he connected on last year.
I don't know if there's 9 yards of wind out there. Might have 4 or 5 yards of wind. Maybe not 9.
Yeah, not 9. Pedrosa made 13 of 18, so he connected on 72% of his field goals last year. 3rd down, they're going to bring him up to the line. If they pick up a 1st down, that does temporarily stop the clock as well. Hood throws it quickly, complete. Blanchard, 4 seconds left on the clock, and he gets down to the 25. So this would be about a 43, 44-yarder for Pedrosa. Good clock management there by the Bear Cubs.
It was Coach Bellatori chasing the side judge down there and make sure he's getting his timeout.
It's pretty fast movement right there by Coach Bellatori. He's still got it.
He's still got it. I think he could have got a phone book under his jump, maybe a phone, not more than a credit card.
Ended up picking up about 8 yards on that play, getting the timeout they needed. 7 first downs now for the Bear Cubs, and they look to try to take the lead here going into the locker room.
I make fun of Coach Bellatori, but I watched him play with an outstanding high school basketball player.
Yeah. He was a great overall athlete, no question about that. So here we go. A 43-yarder. This would match his long from last season for Andros Pedrosa. He's got plenty of distance on that, and he nails it. Andros Pedrosa, as the clock expires on the 1st half, and Santa Rosa. That was clutch.
That's great. That they dug themselves out of a hole there. That obviously the penalty helped them. That was a huge turnover of field position. Defense stepped up, and they got the short punt and got basically exactly what they needed. They got some points out of it and didn't give the ball back.
Just a terrific job of managing the clock, getting the yardage they needed to set up Pedroza with a chance to give them the lead, and he does. Going into the locker room, you see the Roadrunners heading off the field. We are at the half, 10-7. We have the cheerleaders performing, not sure what they're going to do, and some other stuff going on at halftime. Otherwise, we'll take a little break and be back at the start of the third quarter here at Bailey Field in just a moment. for the second half here. The captains meeting out of midfield. You see the sun very bright on the far side of the field, which is going to make things a little tough for us for the next few minutes until it completely sets. But it's going to be a beautiful night out here. A great game, 10-7. Boy, everything you could ask for in a college football game on a late Saturday afternoon, early evening. And I think this is going to be, like we said earlier in the first half, the last couple of meetings between the teams are going to come down to the one course at the very end.
Stream still going?
So first half, we had Jannaric James with 4 carries and 28 yards for Santa Rosa. Jay Ferguson, 6 carries for an 11 yards. The Bear Cubs were only able to run for about 40 yards in that first half. Passing-wise, 128 yards on 9 of 16 for Mitch Hood, who did a pretty nice job managing the offense. Of course, they managed their time very well there at the end of the half to get the field goal. For Butte College, it was Fleming with 10 carries and 42 yards. He had a couple of big runs mixed in there. And their quarterback, Clayton Welch, completed 9 of 12 for 69 yards. So both defenses really dominated in that first half until really the end of that second quarter when both teams were able to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I'm watching Mitch Hood here warm up, and hopefully maybe he had some first quarter jitters and the ball wasn't coming out as clean as I know they'd like. Hopefully he comes out and they can get the ball, like you said, get it to Kurt Johnson like they were talking about before the game.
So the scoring in that first half, Mitch Hood with a 1-yard run, snuck it across, 5:34 to go in the second quarter. Then Butte College came right back down the field and scored a very impressive drive. So they had really not much going until that. It was Laurel with a 10-yard run, 2:58 to go. Then the Bear Cubs took the lead at the very end of the half, the final play of the half. In fact, it was a 43-yard field goal from Andros Pedroza, which gives us our 10-7 score.
I think that was huge. It's only 3 points, but you gave them the ball back when you didn't want to. You were able to get them off the field and get some points out of it. And realistically, if Butte did a little bit of better clock management, Santa Rosa may never have gotten that chance. And Butte, I think, would have taken the momentum into the half.
Another game underway now. Mount San Antonio takes a 7-0 lead over San Bernardino at the start of the second quarter. Citrus and Chaffee, 6-0 Chaffee with 9:56 to go in the second quarter. Again, earlier today, or last night I should say, Laney College defeated San Francisco, a huge upset. San Francisco, the preseason #1. They won the state last year, and Laney defeated them 18-13. A huge upset, big win for Laney College out of Oakland. Tell you what, Laney must have been playing some serious defense. Here we go. Pedroza will kick it off to start the third quarter. Low kick, headed to the near side. And it ends up bouncing out of bounds. Laurel ends up just saying, okay, I'm not going to even try to pick that one up. And it ends up being a great decision. So they'll have a chance to start on the 35-yard line. It looks like that's the option they're going to take as the second half is now underway here at Bailey Field.
Looks like he was almost reaching for that, and then he thought better of it.
Definitely had thoughts of picking that football up, no question about it.
I think they're going to make him re-kick it here.
No, I'm surprised. But you are correct, Les Richardson. That's why we have you here.
And I answered my phone.
So back Pedroza up to the 30-yard line, and he'll try that again. Pick up our radio broadcasts next week, which will be live on KSRO and on YSM365.com live. We have a good game next week, Annalee and Cardinal Newman. Looking forward to that one. That should be quite a football game.
That should be an outstanding game. Two of the better programs in the area, obviously, right now.
Pedroza end over end. Taken on the far side at the 15-yard line. Out past the 30 to the 40. And taken down near the 41-yard line. So Butte gets decent field position. Looks like it was a pretty good decision to make them kick again.
Yeah. 6 yards, so 5-yard advantage here. They're on the 40.
That was, I'm not sure who the kicker, the return man was there. Again, these numbers for Butte College are extremely hard to read, especially with backlighting. I think it might have been Elias Brown that returned that kick, but kind of guessing a little bit.
And that double tight with the wing and the eye, very
old school right
play
here.
Action right here.
Bunch it up. Fleming Jr. taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Talked about the defensive line, a little bit injured coming into the season, and the linebackers are going to have to play well, and they have certainly done that so far. Coming up, making the hit that time was Presley Pialati. Also in on that tackle that time for Santa Rosa was Miles Gardillo, who's had a very good football game so far. Second and 10 now for Butte from the 40-yard line as Fleming is stopped for no gain. Pass complete near side. Makes the first guy miss Nixon arc, and he ends up picking up a couple of yards. Coming up, making the hit that time for the Bear Cubs. Doing a really nice job. This is another guy who's had a very good game today for Santa Rosa all day long.
And as a defensive coordinator, you can't ask for anything better. You get him 3rd and long, you get to put pass personnel in.
Baxter Ming. So 3rd and 9, about a gain of a yard, and that's all. 10th completion on the day for Clayton Welch. 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Welch with lots of time, and he's going to go deep, and he overthrows his man.
So they stayed with the tight end 2 backs for maximum protection.
Nixon Alark was the intended receiver that time, but that ball was just a little overthrown, and the Roadrunners are going to have to punt.
Good job by the defense there.
70 yards in the air for Butte College.
Breeze has kind of died down. Maybe we'll get to see Mr. Dynamic here get a chance at returning the punt.
Ruiz will do the honors now for Butte College as James drops back to receive. And we may get to see him here. Nope, it took some backspin wide away from him. He has not been able to get a hold of one of those punts today. That's too bad.
Great field position. Good job by the defense getting off the field.
So Santa Rosa takes over now. Mitch Hood, 9 of 16 for 128 yards in the first half. Had a rushing touchdown as well, which I think he was pretty excited about. Bear Cubs managed to 7 first downs in the first half.
Jay Ferguson's in the backfield.
And Ferguson takes the handoff, finds a seam. Ferguson out to the 39-yard line as he picks up 12 yards.
That was
on first down.
A great move. I don't know if the strong safety or linebacker came up and completely missed him.
Trammell makes the tackle, but 7th carry of the night for Ferguson. He now has 23 yards. That by far his biggest run of the year as a SRJC Bear Cub. 1st and 10 now for Santa Rosa, their 8th first down. From the 39-yard line, Hood looking over the defense. And he'll throw. And he's in trouble, and he's sacked back inside the 30-yard line. Great penetration that time for the Roadrunners, and Brando Phillips ends up getting the sack at the 30.
Well, he got flushed out of the pocket, from his left side and washed out, and the D end on the offensive right side was able to come off when he got flushed out.
Second sack today for Butte College. And it gives the Bear Cubs a 2nd and 19. Here comes Ferguson, and he is hit hard at the 34-yard line. Took on somebody head on and ends up picking up just 4 yards. So it's going to be a 3rd and long now for Santa Rosa. They've had trouble converting in these situations all day today.
Coach Bellatori stayed in that double set. I was surprised to see him not go to the flopping sides here, go to the 3 receivers to the wide side. It seemed like they were having a little better matchups. When they get in this double set, though, they get that too high safety look, and maybe that's what he likes, tries to get a throw underneath that.
We call this 3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line.
Plenty of
throwing.
Time. There you go.
Complete.
Exactly it.
Short of the first down. Beltran picks up a nice chunk, but he is dropped at the 43-yard line. Or excuse me, the 48-yard line. So they pick up 13 yards. They needed 15. It's 4th down, and they'll punt.
It was a diagonal route underneath the safeties. Safeties dropped well out of it.
Beltran's 2nd catch as Laurel drops back deep now for Butte. Dalton Mullins, who got off that great 60-plus yard punt that really changed the momentum of that first half.
Nice kick.
Laurel's going to call for a fair catch, and he takes it at the 8-yard line. That was probably, I mean, if you look at the entire first half, probably the biggest play of the half was that punt by Mullins.
Yeah, that was definitely a momentum change. And that's all because of that penalty over on the sidelines. They got an opportunity, a second chance. Another, this shows you how a mistake has nothing to do with that second play, but when it changes 30 yards of field position.
So Butte College getting their offense back on the field. And the handoff left side, it's Fleming, and he gets out past the 10 and ends up going down at about the 13-yard line. Nice job by the Bear Cubs today defensively all day. And it's Stelzner who comes up and makes the hit. Henry Stelzner out of Montgomery High School. Montgomery Vikings off to a good start this year, Les. They won big last night over Hayward. They're 2-0.
Yeah,
Santa Rosa's also 2-0 this year so far.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was talking to Marcella at their scrimmage, and they look really good, and he's excited for a new year.
Fleming again, looking for blocking. Gets out past the 15, ends up going down at the 17-yard line. Justin Tuefa ended on the tackle that time for the Bear Cubs. It's going to be 3rd and short. Heavy dose of Fleming left and Fleming right.
Now you're in that in-between position, 3rd and short here. I would expect a run play since they've moved the ball, and they certainly show that.
Definitely have a lot of confidence in their running game. And here comes Fleming again. He's going to bounce it to the outside. Stelzner can't get him, and he's got a first down. There is a marker down, however. And he ends up getting out to about the 28-yard line. I think this one is going to come back.
That's an area of either a clip or a hold there on the edge.
Chris James made the tackle out of the secondary that time. And Kirk Mason, our referee, says, yep, that one is definitely coming back.
Now they're bringing in a pass package, and you get to personnel your defense.
3rd penalty of the evening against Butte College, and that's going to back them up into a 3rd and 11. It's a 10-yard penalty, so they have 25 penalty yards so far tonight. Christian Welch, their quarterback, trying to get a drive going. They had that one drive. They mixed in a couple of Wildcat plays, and they marched right down the field. That's been about it offensively. Fires this one low and incomplete. Nixon Alart can't get it. Pass was a hair behind him and a little low. And it's going to be 4th down, so the Bear Cubs might get some decent field position here.
He had him on the slant. Just, like you said, he missed him just blowing away. Another great job of the defense getting off the field.
Very successful recruiting class for the Bear Cubs last year. Many of their players went on to play at the next level. Lenny Wagner and staff, they do a great job of finding homes for all of their sophomores. And last year was one of their better years in terms of landing guys at the next level. It's a great place to play. You know, you get to stay home. Your parents, your family and friends get to watch you play. And nothing like a little home cooking, although it's tough to sell. A lot of guys, they get out of high school and they want to go far, far away and experience, you know, whatever. Freedom, I guess, is the right way to say it.
A little freedom. There, that's a good word, yes.
Yeah. Ruiz will kick this one from right at the back of the end zone. James is in Butte territory at the 42. Will he finally get a chance to return one? Yes, from midfield to the 45. James still digging, and he gets to the 40-yard line. So best starting field position of the day other than the fumble recovery for the Bear Cubs. And it's at the Butte 40-yard line.
Yeah, and they didn't want to kick it. They made him go all the way to the other side of the field to catch that. They were definitely kicking it away from him. He did a good job of just going straight ahead. That ball had real good hang time.
So Mitch Hood bringing the team out. He's got Ferguson still in the backfield. 1st and 10 for Santa Rosa. Great opportunity to grab a ton of momentum here with 9:05 to go. Ferguson straight ahead, and he runs into a wall of Roadrunners at the 40-yard line. Wow, nice hit. Coming up from the bottom of the pile is Quentin Robinson. No gain that time for Jay Ferguson.
And it's a zone style blocking scheme, but he's not reading it. It's a straight handoff. You can tell with him, he's got one hand on the ball, he's handing it off. So it's not the conventional style zone read.
2nd and 10. Hood to throw. Dumps it off complete. Down inside the 30, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Bear Cubs by Ben Putnam. And they're going to spot that at the 29-yard line. Pickup of 10, the Bear Cubs with their 9th 1st down.
Nice crossing route. And having a sense of turning up the field. So many times, especially at the high school level, you see kids wanting to run sideways and not realizing you just need to move the chains. And here, some of these young college players are really starting to understand, hey, I just need to get the chains moved first.
3rd catch of the day by Putnam. 1st and 10 Bear Cubs. Play action. Dumps it off complete. Almost lost it. Managed to hang on to it. That was Daryl Diafloramonte.
Again, nice misdirection.
That's going to be another 1st down.
Sort of a boot play with the running back getting out into the flat. And they caught the linebacker on that side cheating, looking in. He did lose that. He had to get back on it or it wouldn't have been Santa Rosa ball. He did lose that before he went down.
11 1st downs now for Santa Rosa. They're moving down the field now inside the red zone. It's the 2nd time today they've been able to penetrate this deep into Butte territory, and the Roadrunners are going to take a timeout. Head coach Jeff Jordan says, you know what, guys, we need to dig in right here and we need to talk about this. So good call, you know, trying to make sure his team understands the situation, understands what they're looking to do.
Well, they've given up 2 big plays in a row. He's probably looking at seeing if they can get a play here, maybe get him into a better down, you know, get him a 2nd and long or 3rd and long, give their defense a chance here. Santa Rosa's been effective here in these last few downs. Coach Ballatori's down there. Looks like he's talking on his headset up here to the booth. wonder if they felt like they were getting misaligned to that tandem back set and they wanted to adjust something.
Great to be bringing you the action live here today from Bailey Field. Want to really credit and thank Athletic Director Matt Markovich for reaching out to us and making this happen. And we're going to do all 5 home games this year live streamed right here on YSN365.com. So if you're out of town or family that has a friend playing here far away from home, you can watch the games. This pass is incomplete. Good pressure that time by Butte as they come on a blitz that time. Straight up the middle. That was Lakeem Williams who got to Mitch Hood, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Looks like they had a little miscommunication between the quarterback and receivers. Mitch threw like he was expecting a fade route there. He threw the ball outside, and the receiver was more on a bender route, bringing it back in. They're going to huddle up and try to get it right here. Plenty of room to work up down here at the bottom of the field.
2nd and 10. Hood to throw again. Fade. Back of the end zone. Kurt Johnson Jr. He's out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. Almost his first catch of the game. He had 40 catches last year, and there's a penalty marker down on the field.
Let's see a great catch.
See how close he is here.
Oh,
man, that's close.
He must. Of course, we're in the Bob Uecker seats, so the
Tyree Spearman with decent coverage that time. Kept Kurt Johnson from coming down inbounds. The penalty is going to be against Santa Rosa, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. 5th penalty against the Bear Cubs.
I didn't see what it was, but it was right at the line of scrimmage out there with like there was push off or something going on there early.
I don't know that I would have accepted that penalty right there. I might have gone for 3rd down and 10 from the 12 rather than 2nd and 15.
Well, and really I agree, Dave, because it gives them more field position to work with, and the field goal 5 yards in this isn't going to make any difference. Gives them an extra down for Santa Rosa.
From the 18-yard line, they're going to call this 2nd and 13 for the Bear Cubs. 7:24 to go, and we have whistles right here. I'm not sure if somebody took a timeout or not right there. Nope. Another penalty along the line. That's going to back the Bear Cubs up 5 more yards. That's tough. Moving themselves closer and closer to the edge of Pedrosa's range in terms of field goal range. We saw him hit a 43-yarder, which equals his career long. Heading into the wind, however, right now, though there's not much of a breeze. It was blowing pretty good at the start of the game. It's kind of settled down and died down. Beautiful night.
Beautiful night.
Hood with trouble, and he goes down. The offensive line could not hold off the Road Runners.
Now they're going to have to fight.
Cristinato with the tackle. Dan Cristinato's had a good game for Butte. And that's all the way back at the 28-yard line. That's tough.
I think Coach has got to think about getting some yards here to get him back. And well, obviously he hit that long field goal before half, but I think he's got to think about getting him back up to get a safer shot for a field goal here.
3rd sack for the Roadrunners.
Of course, knowing Santa Rosa coach Kevin Ballatore, he'll probably throw one in the corner of the end zone here.
Hood with 3 receivers to the near side.
And there it is, corner
looking
of the end zone.
deep.
I like
Kerr,
that matchup.
Johnson Jr., and good coverage. It's intercepted right at the goal line. So the Bear Cubs come up empty. Damir Lomax with the pick. 3rd turnover of the game for the Bear Cubs.
And that was covered the whole time. I like the matchup. Plenty of room to work up in the wide side of the field here. So he just underthrew it again a little bit. And
nice coverage. Yeah, and I agree. The ball's out in front of him a little bit. He's on the right side of the receiver to make the play.
Yeah, give him a chance out there. An athlete like Johnson, you expect him to make that play if it's anywhere around him and turn into the defensive back if it's not going to be him.
So Butte College has their offense back on the field, trailing 10-7. Welch with a juggling act and ends up making good yardage as he runs straight up the middle. and gets to the 30-yard line. Justin Tuefa bringing him down, but that's a pickup of 10 yards and maybe a first down depending on the spot.
It actually threw everything, all the timing off, bobbling it like that.
It's just the sixth first down of the day for Butte.
Heads up by the quarterback, getting what he can.
(10-7), good game. 6:13 to go. We're in the third quarter here at Bailey Field. Laurel straight ahead. He shuttle steps and ends up losing a yard at the 29-yard line.
Santa Rosa's been...
Sue Tagabao makes the tackle.
Santa Rosa's defense has been stout on first and second down. They've really done a good job up front. A lot better than I think the coaches anticipated.
Yeah, I think they were really worried about stopping the run today.
Yeah.
And they've done a pretty nice job. Fleming does have 47 yards on 13 carries. But the fact that they've only allowed 6 first downs shows you that they've come up big in big situations. 2nd and 11 now for Butte College. Chance Trammell takes the handoff, and he's got some room on the outside. He's to the 40, first down there, and splits the 50-yard line. Benjamin knocks him out of bounds. They're going to spot it at the 47.
There's a perimeter play there, and obviously whoever had the force on the edge wasn't able to shut it down. Yeah, they just pulled the guy and got the kick-out block right there. They pulled the guard and had the great kick-out block and was able to turn it up.
25 yards for Trammell. Chance Trammell out of Lodi High School.
There it is. It's the play action they talk about, and he gets out of it.
Welch gets away from one defender and now just dumps it off. Pretty good penetration right there. And Tuefa thought he should have had him. He's a little upset with himself, thinking that he had a really good chance to come up with a sack right there. Didn't get it.
The quarterback's very athletic, very, very balanced. He shows good composure.
2nd and 10.
Let's see if the defense can get him in 3rd and long here. Yeah, that double tight wing set.
Trammell again. And he spins his way down to the 43-yard line, a gain of 5 yards.
Now you're wondering, they're on their own side of the field now, so you're wondering if Butte's thinking, run the ball here, even though it's 3rd and long, if they're going to make it a 2-down, make it a 4-down territory. You know, it doesn't look like it. Look like they're bringing in a pass package.
I'll tell you what, Lenny was expecting a couple of trick plays today. So far, they've played things very conservatively.
I agree. I think they've both been very conservative.
3rd and 6. Single back is Trammell. Welch looking to throw. Has a man. Jace Griffey down at the 36-yard line.
Just a stop route.
Excuse me, that is Miles Fishback.
Hitch route, stop route, sit route, whatever. Right at the sticks. I mean, it's a beautiful job. Ball's released on time and on target.
8th first down. Stelzner made the tackle, but Fishback did a nice job of, first of all, catching the football. Second of all, recognizing how much yardage he needed to get the first down. And here come the Roadrunners now with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, trying to take the lead. Fakes the handoff to Laurel, swings it out complete. House has it, and he gets 9 yards. He got away from Benjamin, and Jace Griffey ended up taking him down.
That was inches away from Benjamin knocking it down there. He had his hand out, and it looked like he might have got a hand on it.
So Howes picks up 8 yards. 11th completed pass of the day for Welch. Check it, that's his 12th.
So as soon as I talk about how the defense is getting off the field here, Butte's mounted a nice little drive here.
I formation behind Welch. 2nd back, Trammell. And I don't think he got there. Look out, the football's loose. Is it a fumble? The officials seem to think not. Coming up with the football was Togalua. They're going to call him down, so it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Again, it was Benjamin there and coming in from the outside spot there. And wrapping him up.
Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard, so 3rd and 2 right here, it looks more like. And flags and whistles. The Bear Cubs went flying right there. It's going to back up Butte. And they don't have a ton of confidence in their kicking game. They were saying before the game that...
I was expecting him to run the ball there. You know, being 3rd and a long 2-3 yards, thinking 2-down territory. I was really expecting them to run the ball. Now they put themselves in a 3rd and 7. But I have been accused of being way too conservative.
2:23 to go, 3rd quarter. Butte College trailing by 3. Christian Welch, their quarterback, throwing it over the middle right to Benjamin, and he can't hang on to it.
That's going to bother him when he watches this film.
Keelan Benjamin had a great shot at an INT right there.
He's holding his arm or something. He landed there. Kind of funny. He immediately took his helmet off and he's looking down there. Couldn't quite see what he landed on. I thought he was holding his arm.
Not sure if it was the way he landed or what happened at the end of that play. Maybe we can get another replay of that.
I think the quarterback expected the receiver to slide into the window, but he just stopped. And then when Benjamin had a shot at the ball,
see if we can pick up how he lands right here.
Yeah, it looked like he's holding his hand or his arm.
He definitely came down hard on that right shoulder.
Yeah, it could be a shoulder.
And he's now being helped off the field.
He looks like he's coming off fine. I think he just pointed up to his right shoulder. See if they'll go out his replacement here.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 8. Big play in this football game, and the officials are going to say hold things up a little bit here.
Oh, they got a timeout.
Looks like the Bear Cubs took a timeout.
That's a good call to go for it here. I mean, if they punt it and it goes in the end zone, you gain, 16, 17, or not even, gain 13 yards.
Now they're looking at a 50-plus yard field goal right here.
Obviously,
so
they don't feel like they're
no-brainer to go for it.
Yeah.
Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining.
Obviously, they lined up in something that Santa Rosa and Coach Dante DiPaolo didn't like and calls the timeout. I don't know. Sometimes I like, even in the high school levels, you like kicking those long ones. Every once in a while, if a kid in practice hits them, give them a chance. And I remember one time we were playing a night game against Montgomery, and with Ed Conroy or Rancho against Montgomery in a tight game going into halftime, I'm like, let him kick it real quick. And Ed thought we were on the 10 yards farther up the field than we were, and the kid ended up kicking a 53-yard field goal right before half. And he goes, I never would have done that if I'd have known where we were, and he didn't even realize it.
So here we go, the 4th down play coming up now, 4th and 8. Christian Welch straight back to pass. He rolls right.
Lost contained, gave him a chance.
And it's complete. Howes has it at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down as they pick up 13 yards and move the chains.
And again, losing contain on the quarterback, being an athlete that he is, he finds a guy open. And he's doing a great job of keeping the play alive. He can only cover for so long. And then defensive end lose contain. You give him another chance.
So a big play right there. 9 first downs now for Butte. Trammell takes the handoff, bounces to the outside. Bear Cubs swarming him, and they bring him down at the 18-yard line after a short gain.
Great job by the defense getting the edge that time. when it makes it so much easier if you can set that edge when anytime you're getting a fullback or a guard kicking out.
2 yards for Trammell. Another action. Mount San Antonio 7-0 start of the second quarter. Citrus 14, Chaffee 6 at the end of the second, so they're at halftime. Delta College 18, Sac City 10 with 6:25 to go in the second quarter. Second and 9 now, 1:08 to go, right side. Laurel taking the handoff, and he gets all the way down to the 13-yard line. Pick up of 6 yards, going to be another big third down play.
Nice little cutback there, great vision. Santa Rosa defense might be getting a little bit tired. It's a sustained drive. Yeah, you see he jumps over the pile and then backside pursuit doesn't close that little lane, and a good running back will find his way through there.
3rd and 3, and the Bear Cubs are going to have to burn another timeout as they had 12 players on the field and couldn't give up a free first down. He wasn't going to make it off either. That's a good call to take the timeout there.
And a lot of times you don't realize it's the guy that came in that didn't, early games in the season, it happens at all levels. You even see it in the NFL sometimes where guys are coming in, somebody on the other side of the field didn't see him come in and they don't know what package they're in. Everybody blames the player running off the field, but I usually see it. You got to look before who came on, who took his place. But it's the poor guy running off that everybody sees.
Los Medanos and Reedley are underway. That one is 7-7. Not sure what the time remaining is. Should be sometime in the second quarter with that one. Some great high school action last night. Redwood 42, Maria Creo 21, Santa Rosa 56, Piner 0. And again, the Rancho Annalee game, 63-46. Newman lost to St. Mary's of Stockton. Tough road game. And flags and whistles before the snap here on third down. It's 3rd and 3 at the 13-yard line. They're going to go the other way with this. False start against Butte College. Frank Trent jumping just a little earlier right there.
Big mistake. That's huge. That helps personnel-wise for Santa Rosa's defense. I mean, so much more manageable.
The other big news today was the fact that Scooby Wright III made the cut, made the 52-man roster for the Cleveland Browns, drafted in the last round, almost one of the last picks in the entire draft. And he made the team. That's huge.
That's outstanding. You watch him in high school and then go through college, and everybody in the area follows him. Any local young man, young product from this area, everybody roots for him.
Ukiah and Eureka had a real good one last night. Ukiah ended up winning 21-20. Eureka with 10 seconds left went for a 2-point conversion and didn't get it. That St. Mary's Newman final was 49-32.
Two outstanding state teams.
I hate to do this to you, but it was 42-28 St. Bernard's over Casa Grande. Matt Tomlin making a return visit to Sonoma County and picked up a win. That'd be nice to see him and his family though at the game. That was cool.
Yeah, Matt's doing a great job up there. They've got some dynamic athletes. Incredible quarterback and running back combo.
Finally getting that sun to set here later in the season. You don't get that backlit sunlight here, and I'm always looking forward to that. Later in the year, it's tough, with the cameras and everything, but we're making the best we can. It's a great venue. I've been watching games here at this particular venue since about 1971. That's how far back I go. Back to pass. Welch. Howes has it down into the... Well, they're going to spot it at the 12. I thought he was maybe going to be at the 13 or the 14, but they gave him the 12-yard line right there.
You expect the field goal team to come on here and get this thing tied up.
Yeah, we'll see a chance to tie this thing up.
Again, another play that the quarterback kept alive and found the open guy. You can't cover forever. And the quarterback's very athletic.
And they are going to try the field goal. Again, they're
not going to get it off.
In this. Israel Farfan is the kicker.
It'll be quarter before they get it off.
30-yarder, and they're going to have to go down and do it at the other end of the field. He's like, what? I was all ready to go. So that's the end of 3. good football game. Nobody scored in that third quarter. Still 10-7, but Butte will try and tie it up when we start the fourth quarter here at Bailey Field.
I think they might have heard you, Dave. There's a lot more people.
All right, we're ready to go with the start of the fourth quarter now. 10-7. Field goal attempt for Israel Farfan. As he tries to tie this game up. It's a 30-yarder. First play of the fourth quarter. Here we go. And wouldn't you know it, both teams are down to just one timeout. Ooh, and that's going to back them up. So it's now going to be a 35-yarder. Know what Coach Jordan is thinking right now. We didn't need 5 more yards added onto this.
Well, this goalposts get narrower and narrower the farther away you get.
Yes, they are. Low kick. Nope, not even close. I'm not saying that extra 5 yards made the difference, but it certainly did not help him. And the Bear Cubs have held, and they still lead this thing by 3. Nice drive, however, by Butte. Real nice, long, slow, methodical drive.
Long time of possession there.
They ate up most of that third quarter on that one possession right there.
Back in that 2-back set that they liked earlier.
So here we go. First down. James back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Not much there. Bear Cubs could use a nice drive of their own right here and try to keep the momentum in their court.
I like that he runs the quarterback out of there after he hands off, but until Mitch Hood keeps it, it doesn't have much of an effect.
2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. Hood with split backs out of the pistol. He's going to tuck this one, and he is sacked. 4th sack of the day. Stevens gets him back at the 16-yard line. Christopher Stevens.
I like that he stayed in the pocket and everything was covered. Instead of bouncing it out, when he bounced it out outside of protection, I think he was probably told to stay in there. And but it looked like everything was covered up downfield. He pulled it back down instead of creating a turnover.
3rd and 13 now from the 17-yard line. Hood will try it again. Again, Kurt Johnson Jr. has not caught a pass. Their leading receiver last year. See if they can get the ball into his hands. Low snap, fumbled. Hood picks it up. Ends up losing 2 yards, so that's going to be another sack. And the Bear Cubs are going to have to punt, see if Dalton Mullins can do it again.
Well, I don't know what time of possession is, but right now it's heavily favoring Butte. Butte defense stepping up here and getting their defense right off the field. So even though they missed the field goal, they're winning the field time of possession and obviously field position.
Yeah, Butte's done everything except put points on the board. Mullins now to kick this one from the 4.
Beautiful.
Laurel
kick.
Backing up. It goes over his head again. Mullins has done it again as that one trickles out of bounds at the 22-yard line. How about that?
Jeez.
Another 60-plus yard punt. I'm looking at that one at about 66.
Clutch. Outstanding.
Wow.
Outstanding. we're just talking about field position, and you get a great kicker. Coaches should be very happy with that. I mean, he's obviously made a big difference right now. And like you said earlier, that punt was huge right before half. I think he just bailed them out here. At least they gave him great field position to work with.
So Butte College now with a lot of grass ahead of them. And the clock, not a huge factor yet, but it will be. Howells takes it out at the 20. Knocked out of bounds from behind by Benjamin, who obviously recovered from that shoulder injury earlier. And it's a pickup of 4 yards on first down for Butte College.
This little smash route, I call it, where you take the outside receiver and run him right at the corner and just run a little bubble behind it. It's a nice conservative play. And one missed tackle, and you're down the sideline. So.
Yeah, Howells had a nice game, too. He's a tough guy to tackle. 2nd and 6 now. Welch has thrown for 107 yards. Looking to throw, and he's going deep. Little bumping and grinding, double coverage, and they're going to let it go. Nixon Alark was the intended receiver. Double coverage that time. Benjamin was deep, and he had some help from Chris James that time. So 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Plenty of time to throw. Good protection on Butte's side. Santa Rosa was in the box. They had 8 guys in the box. So it was a good play action time.
So another big 3rd down play for the Butte College Roadrunners. They sent 3 receivers to the far side. Pressure up the middle. Oh, and they almost had the screen set up to Fleming. Rushed his throw maybe just a little bit. If Fleming had been able to catch that and get turned around, he had big yardage.
Just throwing a little bit low and behind him. He was right at the sticks, I think, when he was catching. You're right. If he did come up with that, he'd still be running.
At the half, Modesto 28, College of San Mateo 14. Buddy Jim Petromelli providing that score. I believe that one's also being covered live on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
See if they kick this thing away. Oh, they kick it right to him.
James bobbles it. Look out, Butte's got it. Finally getting a chance to return one. Trent has it for Butte College, and it's a huge turnover. Wow.
Unfortunate. They had a good field position and stop. Kicked it right. You know what? It's almost like he didn't expect it to come his way. I didn't. Well, it's time for the defense to play well. Wonder if Butte will go right at him with a play action, or if they're going to be conservative here.
So the Bear Cubs cough it up, and Butte College's offense is right back on the field.
Always. I'm pretty old conventional like that. You know, you get a turnover, take a shot on first down. It's free down.
Double tight, I formation.
Oh, go right at him.
Fleming runs it and loses a couple yards as Henry Stelzner brings him down. Loss of 1.
Santa Rosa is loading the box on these run downs. I just expect Butte to come out with one of those play actions. When they get that many guys sucked up to the line of scrimmage, you catch a linebacker not paying attention to his keys. And that's what they talked about before, is Butte's play action. Here they are spread out. More conventional style of college. Quarterback draw.
There's Welch keeping it. Bounces off the pile.
Athletic.
And a face mask. He gets around the corner, another flag down. We got multiple flags. Benjamin was wrestling with him, and they were both kind of pushing and shoving. Not sure who got the face mask first on that.
It was obviously unintentional, but I like the call. An athletic quarterback like that, and they stop the draw, and he just keeps fighting his way off here.
Yeah, right there's the face mask by Benjamin.
You know, very innocent. You see him slap his helmet in the replay, and I don't know what the second flag's for. Could be offsetting. Oh.
Didn't see that coming.
No.
So we're going to have another do-over.
So I didn't see Miles Gardia on the replay. Obviously did something that was uncalled for according to the referee.
So 2nd and 11 after all that. Good football game. 10-7, Santa Rosa over Butte. 11:20 to go. We're in the 4th quarter. Christian Welch to throw. He's in trouble. He gets away. How about Welch? House can't hang on at the 31. He had first down yardage. How in the world did Christian Welch avoid getting sacked right there? Check it out.
It's amazing. You watch. There's 3 guys he shakes off. He looks like a strong running back instead of a quarterback, and he keeps that play alive, and his receivers are smart enough to keep working to an open area.
He's now 15 of 24 for 107 yards, 3 incompletions in a row for Butte College.
It's almost Clayton Welch's show right now for Butte, because other guys are making plays, but he's keeping them alive.
3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Welch rolling.
Again, lose contained.
Dumps it off. He's got a man. Fleming has it at the 37-yard line. He's going to be just a couple yards short. And another big 4th down decision right here.
Well, again, they lose contain. He steps up in the pocket and he creates something that's not there. You can't cover forever. And he finds the open guy. And Santa Rosa's lucky that didn't go for bigger with the missed tackle.
He didn't get much of a spot right there. They spotted him all the way back at the 40. I thought it was a little closer, and they're going to punt.
That's
a little surprised.
You know, the way the defenses are playing right now, that's a good safe call.
Bear Cubs aren't even going to put anybody back. James fumbled the last one. They're not going to take any chances this time.
Oh, nobody back. You can expect them to pooch it right here, I would.
I think they're a little bit leery of a fake right here as well.
Well, they're up like they're going to block it.
They are bringing everybody up. Now they drop back.
Holding them up.
And he does pooch it.
Yeah.
And it goes out of bounds. Not exactly the yardage they were hoping for on that pooch.
Not at all. Santa Rosa's
they're going to get it at the 23. That was very lucky. That could have easily been down inside the 15 or maybe even inside the 10-yard line with a good kick.
I'm not sure what they were, just line up in your defense and have the safety drop back. I'm not sure. Coaches had a reason there. Maybe they didn't want to fumble another one and just said, kick it and we'll take it where you give it to us. And obviously it worked out for them. Instead of kicking the end zone, Santa Rosa was on 23. So Santa Rosa made the right decision.
1st and 10. Beltran has it out to the 41-yard line. Nice pickup. 18 yards and a Bear Cub 1st down. Now would be a really good time for the Bear Cubs to put a drive together.
Yeah, nice little double move slant route. And again, he's getting north and south. It's so nice to see.
Here comes Ferguson spinning at the 45-yard line.
Great effort to get that extra yard. He only had about 3, and then he took another push to get a couple more.
Chris Donato makes the tackle for Butte College. 2nd and 6.
Again, he's got Kerr out here to the wide side. You wonder when they're going to take that shot with Kerr. He's going to go with the trip set to the wide side of the field.
2nd and 6.
Got pressed up coverage here on Kerr, so you got to like that.
Looks like they are looking that way, and Kerr can't come back to the ball. I'm not really sure if he was even the intended receiver, to be honest there, but
I think one of the receivers fell down. Yeah, I think they had Kerr on the slant, and I think somebody else was supposed to be running the out, and it looked like he fell down. Ben Putman, I think, was supposed to do a whip or an out route, and looked like the defender got a hand on him.
Sun finally about to completely set here. And the lights are on here at Bailey Field. Play action over the middle, complete. Beltran has it down to the 39-yard line.
Nice
15
play.
yards. Lyles makes the tackle, but the Bear Cubs pick up their 13th first down.
Great play action. It's in front of the safety. Great timing. Ball's out with velocity. Everything's on target. Now everything looks, the timing was there. Ball's on target.
Mitch Hood now with 200 yards passing on the day. Hands it off to Ferguson left side. Ferguson down to the 35-yard line.
Things start to open up.
Good blocking on the left side that time for Ferguson.
When
and he picks up 4.
Yeah, absolutely. When Butte safeties, they start out playing at 12 or 13 yards and they're backpedaling out on the snap and they're able to throw those balls underneath. And now you put the linebackers in a quandary. They can't get underneath it, and the safeties are over the top of it. And Mitch Hood's arms coming alive, putting the ball right on target. I mean, they're going to get, Butte gets out of that, and now they're in a 1 high. So
2nd and 6. 8:15 to go.
There's that same play they ran earlier.
Hood to throw. He's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Hood's a big guy. He's a tough one, too. 6'5", out of Sonoma Valley High School, and he took a pretty good hit right that time. He's been sacked 5 times today. That was Phillips with good pressure.
Good job getting rid of the ball in the general area of a receiver. Live to play another down there, and they get great field position here. With a little breeze, so, would you expect them to try another one if they don't get the first down here?
I don't know. Now we're talking a 52-yarder. They get down to the 30, they'll probably go for it. Anywhere near the 30, they'll probably go for it on 4th down. Although 3 more points would be nice. 3rd down and 6. Ferguson, nice run, and he's got the first down inside the 25.
Patience.
Ferguson with an 11-yard run. Right play, right time. First down, Bear Cubs. They're 14th.
That tells you they weren't going to punt. When they run the ball in this 3rd and long on your side, great patience. Look how he breaks it back. Good vision. An offensive line out of body on a body. Give him a chance.
You can see why they like Ferguson here. He's really a north-south guy, too. He doesn't turn the shoulders much. He comes right at you. Here he comes again. This time he does try to bounce to the outside, and look out. He goes down back at the 29.
You call that the announcer's jinx or the broadcaster's jinx? What do you call that? As soon as we talk about the north-south, here he goes to dance outside.
Yeah, I thought about that. Thanks for pointing that out, Les.
I think it's like getting put on the cover of the Madden game, isn't that what they call it, the Madden jinx?
Used to be the Sports Illustrated cover. I don't know.
I still like this matchup with Kerr. You just wonder when they're going to try to get him the ball.
Yeah, he's still in single coverage.
And
they're going to him right now. The man falls down. Kerr Johnson.
Did
he get it in bounds? Yes, he did. The officials got him at the 5. Uh-oh, the backside judge came in, but he says no, he's going to let it play. Oh, no, but there's a holding call against the Bear Cubs. Wow, what a frustrating day for Kerr Johnson Jr. Finally was able to break free. The ball was thrown a little too far to the outside, or he would have had 6.
He tapped it down both feet. Great job. And man, 2 times he's had some great catches, just not able to keep him. That's too bad. You got to like that matchup, though. I mean, obviously Butte feels confident with their corner on him. They know who he is from last year, so it's not a surprise. Obviously, they feel good with their corner covering him. Traquan Heath is the corner that's been out here all day on him.
Ferguson slips and gets taken down way back at the 42-yard line. They lose 3 more yards, so it's going to be 3rd and a bundle. Wow, Heath on coverage that time.
Big change of events. I mean, you go from being down there on the 5.
Yeah, well, they're going to need a big play right here. I mean, it could be.
It's got to be an underneath route. I can't imagine.
Where you try to set yourself up with a field goal try, but it's 3rd and 28. Hood
it is underneath.
Deep down the middle. Beltran has it, and he dives down inside the 20, but the football's loose. They're going to call him down, and it's going to be a very interesting spot because he's going to be very close to the first down. Spearman got him.
got to be a football length short.
Yeah, it's close, but certainly
I think they're going to go for it here. It's a quick snap, jump on the ball and quick snap. And
4-down territory, and we'll see what they do here. Beltran.
Oh, they didn't give him as good a mark as I thought. I thought he might.
Yeah, they spotted him right at the 15. He needed the 14.
Yeah. They're discussing what they're going to do here.
235 yards.
Oh, they might be waiting for a timeout. I think he's going to call a timeout.
He's only got one left.
He just waited.
He's going to have to as the play clock.
Do here.
Play clock winds all the way down.
So what do? You kick the field goal. You're up by 6, so they're a score and a PAT away, or do you go for it? If you don't go for it, does momentum change enough to give them enough time? As well as their defense is playing, and they've held them to 7 points.
Bear Cubs are now out of timeouts, as you can see on the graphic. Graphics operator Michael Barabalt doing a great job today. Our director today, Martin Kornfeld. He's also doing replays at the same time. Lorenzo Merlin, Nate Cox on camera. And our spotter extraordinaire, Dale. Don't even know his last name. He showed up today for the first time, ready to go, man. Dale Watkins, that's it. Dale Watkins.
Dale Watkins with the eagle eyes.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, true story. I really didn't have a spotter or an intern lined up for this fall coming up until Dale called like 2 days ago and gave me this big, long spiel. And I was like, dude, you had me at I want to be your intern. That's all I had to say. You need an intern, man. He went on for 2 minutes. I let him roll, man. Like, Dale, you're it. You got it. You got the job, man.
Good job, Dale. I was standing next to John Antonio last night. He goes, I'm telling Dave you can do it. Oh, they stopped him.
Oh, nothing doing there. Ferguson stopped short. Big hit by Butte College right in the middle.
Butte made a nice pile in here. See what it looks like. I like the coach going, yeah, somebody came unblocked.
I think Lyles was the first guy there. There was a bunch of road runners. Chris Donato's had a tremendous game. Turnover on downs, nonetheless.
Either way, when you're coaching it up, you're going, hey, if we get this, it's huge. Now,
even if you kick a field goal, a touchdown, or an extra point
exactly,
still beats you.
Exactly. And I don't think Butte's going to come down and kick a field goal unless they're getting inside the 10 and get stopped, because they've shown that they don't have that much confidence in their field goal.
You're forcing their hand. Yeah, they're going to go for it for sure. So Welch back on the field. Does Butte have one more big drive in them? There's been no scoring in this third quarter as Fleming rumbles out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 9 on first down. Fleming now with 61 yards. Stelzner brought him down.
Again, some of these backs have such great vision.
Second and 1 for Butte College. Very low-scoring game. The Laney-San Francisco game was a very low-scoring game. That one 18-13. So maybe looking at a very defensive year this year in the base 6.
Yeah, early in the year, some of the games, if they're not quite ready to go, like Mitch Hood in the first quarter, I didn't think he was quite on his game. Now it's come alive. The ball's coming out better. Maybe other teams are the same way. Some games, teams' offenses are up and going.
Well, you've been doing this a long time, and from a coaching perspective, was it easier to get the offense ready early on or the defense ready early?
Oh, at the high school level, defense is a lot easier. A lot easier, from my experience.
Depending on who you're playing, I guess.
Yes.
Second down and 6 after the penalty. Fleming. Oh, and he's dropped.
Ball's out. Ball's out.
It is. The Bear Cubs have it. Rumbling to the house. Touchdown, Santa Rosa. A defensive score for Pilati. Presley Pilati picks up the fumble. A scoop and score, and the Bear Cubs add to the lead.
There you go. That's
oh my goodness.
Now, that's outstanding play. That's being around the ball.
Jace Griffey with the hit of the day separates the ball. Here it is, right there. Nice
Great job.
by Pilati, keeping the feet moving.
Great job. And Benjamin was holding on to his jersey.
Oh yeah. Pedroza now to try to add the point here with 5:13 to go in this football game. It's been a defensive day, and Pedroza pounds it through. Wow, a scoop and score for the Bear Cubs to make it 17-7.
You know, coaches were talking about, like we brought up, you know, they're concerned about their defense being a little undersized, and they've got to be extremely happy. Taking, you know, a ranked team, everybody said how good Butte was going to be this year. And basically, I mean, shutting them down for the most part. A couple good drives by Butte. So now they've really, now Butte's got to come out with that athletic quarterback, though. You know, it's almost, okay, we're going to throw the ball. But with Clayton Welch, so yeah, anything can happen. He's played an outstanding game, keeping their plays alive.
There it is again. See, the football's already on the ground at this point. And look at Pilotti.
Pilotti's going.
Go.
He's got an escort as he dives in.
Hey, he had a nose for the end zone.
There you go.
Coach, I'll tell you what.
He wasn't going to be denied.
So the Bear Cubs will now kick it away with 5:13 to go. A 2-score lead. As they lead by 10, Pedroza gets a good leg into that one. Laurel takes it at the goal line, out past the 15. Makes the first guy miss, spins at the 20, and gets out to the 26-yard line. So Butte College is going to need a big rally here. Max Gibson makes the tackle for Santa Rosa Junior College. We're going to look at the touchdown again.
I like how Benjamin's grabbing his jersey, like shoving him to get going here in the replay. As you watch, when the ball goes on the ground and the power, oh, great drive. Ball goes on the ground and you can see it pop out.
Miles Gardia might have actually got a hand in there too and helped to kick that ball out of his hands. I love the finish. That was great. You got to dive, right?
Yeah. Defensive scoop and score. Chase Griffey with a big hit.
First down, Butte College. Christian Welch. Howes has it. Knocked out of bounds at the 40. One thing you want to try to do is keep him in bounds right now. Nice hit by Griffey again. But that is a first down.
Again, safe little out route. Quarterback drifting that way. High percentage throw.
130 yards for Christian Welch in the air. Santa Rosa's defense has been on point today. No doubt about that. First and 10. Welch throws it back against the grain. Knocked out. Nice defensive play.
Read it
Laurel
perfectly.
was the intended receiver, but terrific coverage that time, getting a hand in there. Sue Tagabao.
He read it perfectly. I like moving the pocket with Welch. I think that's a good call by the Butte coaching staff. Santa Rosa's defense is, I'm sure the coaches are going to be ecstatic of how they played. Playing way off of the number 2. Expect a short pass that way. He keeps the play alive with his feet.
Dumps this one off at the 43-yard line. Welch complete at the 42. Miles Fishbeck got that one.
I think one of the key things here, if they're going to get a stop here, is keeping Welch in the pocket. Even if he gets time, he makes so much happen with his feet.
Third down and 7 from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, see, they
Welch
both.
to throw, almost picked, but it is incomplete. Nice defensive play coming up and making that play for Santa Rosa Junior College. Their defense has been so good today. That was Chris James.
So let's see if they go for it here. Obviously, just under 4 minutes left. It looks like they're going to go for it. Or they could do a quick kick and see if they can get a stop. I mean, they only got one timeout left, though.
Clock definitely a huge factor right now, under 4 minutes to go. Swing pass complete. Laurel to the 45-yard line.
There you go.
A couple yards.
Great job.
And the Bear Cubs have held, so they take over on downs. The defense has done it all day long, and they do it again right here.
A little surprised they didn't roll the quarterback a little more. He's been making plays for him all day. I'm sure the JC will come out here and just run the ball 3 times, whether they get a first down or not.
And now's when the offensive line can come up huge, make some blocks, and put this game away. Los Medanos leads, Reed lead 21-7. That game is in the second quarter. Bear Cubs start the 45-yard line. Ferguson straight ahead, stutter
Straight
step.
ahead.
Puts the head down and gets to the 40-yard line. A nice hit for Butte College, but
Straight ahead, yeah, he's great run. I thought they had that stuffed up, and again, he's just trying to move the chain. It was interesting that Coach Ballatori spread him out still. I thought he'd maybe he thinks if they're going to stay in that too high, they like the numbers with only 6 guys in the box with Butte. So Butte's staying in the too high look, 2 high safeties, and Santa Rosa's in the doubles look. So, although the linebackers in the short side are cheating into the box, so they only got a 5-man box, so they're going to run the ball again, I'm sure.
Ferguson
Yep,
again, his
there you go.
15th carry.
That's
to the 36-yard line, about a yard short of the first down, staying completely away from the sideline.
That's the name of the game. Can you run it when you need to? Can you run the ball when you need to? And right now Santa Rosa is showing that they can. That's the key.
It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
See if they get this clock down all the way. Coach Ballatori taking his time bringing the play in there. Now they got to hurry up not to get the hurry up, get them down. They're going to right at the clock. Perfect.
And they are going to do it right
trap
at the
play. Oh,
1 second mark. Putnam has it. He's going to be close to the first down depending on the spot. Did not go out of bounds, which is a good thing for Santa Rosa.
Did not expect him to throw it. Did not expect him to throw it, and barely got the first down. Nice clock usage. They snapped that with 1 second.
Clock ticking down, under 2 minutes to go now.
So obviously they're going to run the football here. Although they just threw for the first down.
There's Ferguson.
Wow.
And he gets all the way down to the 25-yard
That
line.
should
Nice
do it.
run, close to another Bear Cub first down.
There you go. Great job, great vision. O-line stepping up. You know, as I over the last couple of weeks running into players and coaches, and they're telling me how they're undersized and the woes, and here they come out and play from what I was expecting, way better. And so I'm excited. I'm sure the coaches will be very happy.
So Butte burning their final timeout with 1:20 to go. The Bear Cubs defense has done it. Now the offense is just trying to kill the clock for them.
Well,
Tired big guys out there right now.
this is the play action down, this 2nd and short. You know, is Coach Ballatori gonna
I can see
take
Kerr Johnson Jr. took pictures today. Come on.
They must have a lot of confidence, Butte does, in that coverage, because I mean, it's a returning player with good stats, and they left him out there, you know, on man coverage for most of the day. I expect them to run the football, and everybody in the country does with no timeouts. But you know, and Santa Rosa coach Kevin Ballatori, he does like to throw the football. So
You never know, right?
you never know. And again, they're pressed up down here on Kurt Johnson, and he does the right thing, runs
Ferguson,
the football.
big hole. He's got the first down. Ferguson's still digging, and he's all the way down to the 11-yard
That'll do it.
line.
Now
No
they can take a
timeouts
knee.
left for Butte College. Bear Cubs are going to win this football game. Nice run.
No, they should get in the victory formation and take a knee.
16th carry for Ferguson.
I mean, oh, are they going to take a knee or not? Yeah, they are.
They are indeed in victory formation as we go under a minute. So Mitch Hood had some moments where he was a little inconsistent, did throw 3 interceptions today, but made some plays when he had to, and he throws for over 235 yards. They got the win. That's the important thing. You get off to a good start, you get the victory as quarterback, now your confidence can grow a little bit more and you can kind of develop into that role.
And they got the win against a team that everybody expected to be very good this year. So, I mean, they've got to be excited.
Of course, the play of the game, the big scoop and score by Pialotti. And the Bear Cubs have done it. They win this one 17-7. Wow, nice win.
Great win for the Bear Cubs. Overcame some first half jitters, I'd say. And again, you know, talking with Coach, I've never gone into a game without some kind of scouting, a scouting report from somebody. Even in the old days, we'd go travel to watch them, and they had nothing except for last year's film. And so that's an amazing job.
Yeah, to shut them down like that without having the benefit of being able to watch or know much about them at all from this year, that is impressive. So it's a win. No matter how you slice it for Lenny Wagner's squad, they go to 1-0 on the year. And hope you enjoyed our coverage here on YSN365.com. We'll be back here again very soon for more Santa Rosa Junior College football, as the Bear Cubs look like they're going to be a very good team this year. And Lenny Wagner has them playing hard. They gained confidence today with the victory, and they beat a very good Butte College team. And the conference is obviously going to be wide open. San Francisco lost. Of course, they go to Fresno next week, and then they'll be back for Alumni Spirit Night against San Joaquin Delta College, and we'll be here as well Saturday the 17th. So make plans to join us out here. It should be a lot of fun. The final 17-7 for Les Richardson and our entire YSN365.com staff. I'm Dave Cox saying goodbye from Bailey Field. The Bear Cubs win it in their home opener.